YouTube. It's Thursday night, and you know what that means. It's for the Homies Podcast. I am
That's right,
Phantom
baby.
Next. I'm Phantom Next. I'm alongside with MMA Crease and Big Dog Jake, who's a little bit
Let's
under
get
the
it started.
weather this week. Jake, how's it going, my friend?
You know, generally speaking, I'm doing okay. I just, over the past few hours, at least the past few hours, I've been feeling a little under the weather. I was worshiping at the Porcelain Throne before the show, but I'm okay. I'll be able to make it through the rest of the show. Don't worry, guys. Not going to jump away, not going to disappear, not going to go throwing up on camera or anything like that. In fact, that's why my camera's off. I've been sweating a lot, so don't really want to present that to anybody. That and my camera's been messing up, as y'all know. But
Want some ginger ale?
Oh, you know what? You know what? That's funny you mentioned that, Crease, because I have a Canada Dry right down here next to my desk that I've been saving for. Really
That's what I'm talking about, man. Like, you gotta have that dry, man. Like,
yeah,
this is the only good thing that Canada has given us.
Canada gave us like Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, that's true. And Ryan Reynolds. I'll take that back.
Okay. You know, while this is on screen, I'm just going to toss it over to you, Chris. How you been this week?
I'm doing great, man. Like, as far as like you being Haitian, I don't know about that part.
Wow,
but like I said, as usual, hey, it is great. This is great. It's Thursday night. You guys could have been anywhere, but you're here with us. And so we're going to keep this. We're going to just get straight into this. This is, guess what, guys? This is going to be our final thing about talking about politics on this show. Mm-hmm. Phantom is going to talk about that in a little bit. But first, all right, guys, what did you guys think about the debate the other day?
Go first, Jake.
Okay, I'll kick it off. Key takeaways. I'll do my best to keep this brief. Key takeaways. Kamala Harris made a grave error in accepting Joe Biden's terms for debate because they were not in her favor. She came off as rude, snooty, holier than thou, had her nose up at everything, and from exit polls and undecided voters, she lost by a landslide to Trump. And Trump wasn't on his A game. He was thrown off a little bit, but overall, I think it was a very clear win for Trump. I think Trump performed the best by far.
So watching it, she tried her best to get under Trump's skin.
Yes.
Trump got under her skin because at one point she was going to call him a son of a bitch. And she had to stop herself.
She was this close.
Yeah, she caught herself.
And it was so
she's like,
you son of
she literally did the you son of a she literally one of those.
I still think my favorite part in that whole debate was I'm talking.
Which that's the reason why she didn't initially. That's the main reason why she didn't want to do the initial terms that were agreed upon with Biden, because she didn't want the mics to be cut in between each person talking, because she wanted to get the constant I'm talking interrupts in case Trump said something, which it made her look it made her sound silly, because if Trump was talking on stage, we didn't hear it because his mic was cut. So it just made her sound like snooty.
Yeah.
My favorite part, remember, she went,
oh, yeah. That just her, I think regardless of what side of the political fence you fall on, her emoting when she's talking is very odd.
Annoying.
Annoying. That could be another one. Absolutely.
I'm gonna say this real quick. I was like at a concert. I was at a Green Day concert, so like I didn't know what was going on throughout the whole entire thing. But I was watching clips or whatever,
Mhm.
and from what I seen, I believe that Trump did win. Is I was talking with Vagabond the other night, and I'm gonna have to agree with them. I think no one didn't really make an impact or whatever. I think
Yeah.
if you're gonna vote for Trump, you're gonna vote for Trump. If you're voting for Kamala, you're gonna vote for Kamala. As far as the independent people, we were like, it could go either way because depending on what you're looking for in a candidate,
Right.
like. I think they need to do one more debate, in my opinion.
I think they do as well. And I guess my final statement on this will be is I read earlier today that Kamala wants more debates because she felt that this past debate was unfair because it was terms that were agreed upon by Biden, not by her. And she was trying.
So she even missed that she lost
last week. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, and we know that she was trying to change the debate terms for the first debate, which they weren't accepted. And now she's asking for more debates, but Trump is like, no, why would I give you more debates? He kind of doesn't need to. And the Democrats can attempt to spin it as he's afraid of her. But this debate, although not a lot of issues were really spoken about, it's obvious that he came out at the very least looking like the bigger person.
Yeah.
And so for undecided voters, for independent voters who don't have a dog in the fight, they can at least see that Kamala kind of looked like a bitch. And so there's really no need.
Well, I mean, also the thing is, I mean, it was 3-on-1. It was 3-on-1, and we know the reason why, because Kamala's best buds with the person that runs ABC.
Yes.
That motherfucker got her and her husband together.
Yeah,
so she probably slept with that dude before
he
we got them
officiated their
together.
wedding. He officiated their wedding.
Yeah.
Didn't like one of the I don't know, maybe you guys know more than me, but wasn't like one of the moderators, wasn't she like that lady that said that like Trump said that was rude at the one convention, at the that black convention or whatever?
Yes. Yeah,
where he says like, you're really rude.
Yeah.
You're really rude.
Also, she was the anchor that lied and said Kamala Harris was at when they brought the bodies back from Afghanistan.
Yeah, they said she was at
That's a
the Air
lie.
Force.
Yeah, and she wasn't.
She was not there, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is our little bit thing of politics. So I'm gonna let everybody know we are developing a political show, which will be up on my main channel. We haven't got the details worked out yet. We're trying to get everything set up, so hopefully election night we'll do a little bit of a stream, watching the stuff come in. So just subscribe to this channel and subscribe to my main channel. Keep an eye up. I will throw up an update here in a couple days because it's getting close. It's getting close.
We are getting very close. And I do want to throw it to Crease because Crease came up with the suggestion of, we have thus far, until I guess next week, I suppose, been doing kind of like a 20-minute to half-hour political segment at the beginning, and then the rest of the show is just pop culture. And Crease said, "Why don't we just kind of like slice off the the political bit? Just keep this straight pop culture, keep it light. Do our best to talk about things we enjoy, things going on in pop culture, and we'll just put political things to a specific channel, and that way we could also like not divide the audience. Also, we have people who are interested in one or interested in the other. So, Crease, I want to thank you for that. That was a good suggestion.
Yeah, I just, I just like see what, like, I look at success or whatever. I see how Jeremy does it from Geeks and Gamers, and I just said like, well, since I'm his number one black friend, I gave him a call, like, like we cool like that, and he just told me straight up, hey, divide your stream.
That's right, baby.
I'll see you in San Antonio. But that's what I was just doing. I just wanted to just say, like, let's just copy a little bit like off of Geeks and Gamers, man. Just to, like, Jeremy has his political stuff, and then like he had for this type of atmosphere right here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just keep it fun and pop culture. And so that's what we're going to do. So our first thing on the internet news,
That's right.
Mr. Dr. Disrespect is back, and he got some things to say to all his haters. So what do you boys think about that?
So oh God, go ahead.
I got to watch some of his stream live, and I got to watch the clips off of Drama Alert, and basically he was like saying that he was, that he purposely put that about the minor stuff in there, and we got
which
the clips,
was not a smart move.
No,
not a smart move in my opinion.
So one of the things I take away from this is, somebody kept asking about showing the logs that was showing what was said between the two people. I don't think Doc has that stuff. I think Twitch has it, and he's like, motherfuckers, if you want me to shut up, put that shit out there. Put that shit out there. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to make you fucking prove that I'm this big bad person.
So based on that one, Phantom, let's go ahead and play this clip first from Dr. Disrespect, because this one is him specifically saying that apparently Twitch admitted that Dr. Disrespect did not lewdly interface with a minor internally in their systems. Let's play this. Let's see what he has to say.
Same people that
see some receipts
that the messages did not constitute sexting. The same people that made this decision at Twitch internally that the messages did not warrant any child sexual abuse material charge. Twitch makes the decision to terminate my contract and ban me while admitted they did not perform any legal analysis of whether the messages exchanged were illegal in any way.
Oh boy.
Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me while admitting that they never investigated the age of consent in the jurisdiction where the user's messages were sent and received.
Oh dear.
Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me without ever interviewing me, the user, or any other third party, including the partner manager. It's fucking unbelievable!
Okay, so I have to say something off the rip. He opened the tweet in and of itself is slightly the tweet in and of itself is slightly misleading, because Drama Alert said Twitch admitted Dr. Disrespect did not sext a minor internally. Okay. Now, the internally part is just from the fact that it was an internal whisper system that Twitch no longer uses. But what Dr. Disrespect said was not that Twitch admitted he did not sext a minor, but that they admitted they determined that what he said did not constitute sexting a minor. That's a little different. And then towards the end, and also it kind of felt like he was reading there for most of it.
Oh, he was.
And then towards the end, you kind of see his head moving side to side a little bit. And him also saying that Twitch did not investigate what constituted sexting and what constituted or what was the age of consent in the state in which the messages were sent. Like,
in my opinion, I think his lawyer, I think his lawyer told him, like, straight up, you read these notes, don't you sway from them, don't you say anything different. You read what I just wrote you out or whatever, because that's what I think he did. Like, that's what a smart lawyer will probably do or whatever. Because he was like really quiet for the last good. Yeah,
he had no.
No, I'm just saying, it's
if you look at, I watched most of it, and I just got bored and then went to other stuff. But the way I'm getting this, if he did have those logs, he would have already put them out.
Yeah.
Twitch has the logs, and he's like, motherfuckers, you want me to stop? Put it out. Put the shit out. I think that's what he's doing. I think that's what he's, because he knows they're not going to do it. because
So-
if it proves him right,
Okay.
they're fucked.
So he's kind of playing a hardcore game of chicken where he is confident enough not only in the content of the messages, but also confident enough that Twitch definitely won't share them, that he can basically say whatever he wants because he knows they won't do anything. They won't retaliate,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
What? Shout out to the Norman Conquest. Shout out. And I
Sup,
see
Norman?
Mr. Butthurts in the chat. What's up, Isaac? How you doing?
Oh, dang.
Good to see you. Yeah, I know you have a new title there, Phantom, Mr. Gaylord.
Yeah, he's just mad because I won last night, landslide.
And you know what? Well, it wasn't a landslide. It was like 53-47. But you know what, Isaac? You won 3 weeks in a row. Phantom gets one. Chill out, homie. It's all good. This is all in good fun. Let's just enjoy ourselves.
It's like, my goodness, high school all over again. Anyway, but yeah, that's how I feel. Like, if I'm your lawyer, like, hey, like, seems like you do have a case for like defamation or whatever.
Mhm.
Like, just read these notes. Don't sway anything. Don't answer no questions in your chat. Read this out and then get off and everything. Nothing else. Like,
Absolutely.
that's how I would do it. Or whatever. Get in, get out. Yeah.
Jake, do we have the
I'm
clip of him talking about the logs about people like bugging him about? Do we have that clip? It's like a real short clip.
We have the shorter one where he says he denies sexting. I think that's the one.
Okay.
Let me
Well, that's fine.
show that up. Let me throw that up again. It's another one that's about 45 seconds.
Wasn't
Let's pull that up. Let's see what he says.
sexting anyone. You also said the word minor, Cody. I even made sure that word was emphasized in my statement, edited, etc., just to make sure these so-called journalists would pick up on it. And boy, oh boy, did they ever, champs. When you and all these so-called journalists, Cody, fired off your tweets, did any of you consider that the Twitch user may have been over the legal age of consent at the time of the messages?
Oh, dear.
You didn't.
No, dude. No.
Neither did any
Like,
of these journalists, and neither did Twitch at the time of the ban. You also tried to tell the world that I was trying to meet up with this user wasn't sexting anyone.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me
Doc,
personally,
get the
if I was
fuck
him,
up.
Yeah.
it's like me personally, if I was his lawyer, I said, boy, what did I tell you? Did I tell you that you need to do all that? No.
Yeah.
Read that script like I told you. You didn't read it. You didn't read it. You just wanted to, you were trying to be a jerk. You're trying to put your flair on it. No, this is like
he's trying to well, obviously what he wants to do is he wants to talk. And it could be a situation where, again, like his lawyer knows that he's going to say something and he's like, dude, if you're going to bury yourself, I'm going to supply you with the smallest shovel I possibly can. So I'm going to word this in the most like textbook legal way I can, so that no matter what you say, no matter how poor it sounds, it's still technically legal and there's nothing wrong with it. And this was another piece.
Yeah.
Again, this were two 45-second clips that combined minute and a half of what was roughly a 20-ish minute video of him talking about this stuff. A lot of repetition, but the whole
Like
talking about
a nearly 4-hour stream.
yeah. The whole talking about never investigated whether this person was above the age of consent. Just don't say that. Just don't say that. Don't say that.
We do know that Nick Merckx came back and apologized for talking
did.
shit about Doc.
He did.
We know that he started getting subscribers again.
Right.
He lost what 70K when this shit came
Something
down.
like that. Yeah.
I
He's
think
on the up again.
Yeah, I think he grabbed like 20K in that first stream. He's done the stream. I haven't watched it yet.
Right.
I don't really watch Doc. I mean, I'm more of a fan of his when he first started, raging and stuff. Now it's just like he's just a corporate shill.
Yeah, he's. I
don't
don't know.
know. He's entertaining as hell, but it's just
yeah.
not my shit. It's not my shit
Yeah,
anymore.
I don't watch him either. I'm really kind of ambivalent towards the guy, but from people I know who have watched him, like Mo Zambodi, for instance, he was big into him in the early days when he was playing Daisy and things like that. But now he's really possibly too much embodied the
character,
disrespect character, and it's the saying like I specifically put in the word minor to bait journalists to write about it. Like, dude, if you're like, exactly, if you're under suspicion of potentially lewd acts with a minor, allegedly, and then you come out with a statement, a very official sounding statement, as a troll, and you specifically put in trigger words that are obviously going to get it picked up and get the story shared. Like, like Norman said, never mind 40 chess. Doc is losing at snakes and ladders, for crying out loud.
No shit.
Just shut up.
Dude, it's like Jeffrey Epstein saying he's taking minors to Lolita Island.
Yeah.
It's the same shit.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I don't know. I think that stream right there was to tell Twitch either put up or shut up, put the logs out.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully
they do.
Hopefully after all this, that honestly what I think would be best is if he would just not talk about it again. Mm-hmm. If people bring it up in his chat, have his mods time him out or kick him or something, just don't address it, man. Just let it go, please. Goodness gracious.
Where you at, Crease?
He's around. But you know what? We can move to our next bit of internet news. Excuse me. My goodness.
So what's on the docket?
So instead of talking about Doc, our next bit of internet news involves one of our favorite Star Wars creators. Oh, welcome back. Welcome back, Crease. We were just about to start speaking about Star Wars theory. Now, I know you guys have been following this a little bit more than I have. So let's get some context on this, where Star Wars theory talks about.
Okay, so.
And Star Wars Explained also responded. What's going on there?
Okay, so the last couple of weeks, we all know that Star Wars Explains and multiple Star Wars creators literally started a deplatform campaign against Theory, Geeks and Gamers, RK Outpost, Nerderotic, and multiple other entities. And it failed miserably.
Oh, yeah.
So Theory made a video, I believe it was a couple days ago. Fantastic video. He calls out Explain, talking about how when it comes to Explain, he basically it's all about the money with him. He gets jealous that somebody succeeds. He's done this before. And now remind everybody, this is over the Acolyte failing. It failed because it was a god-awful show. It wasn't because of us. It wasn't because of Geeks and Gamers. It wasn't because of Theory. It failed because it was trash. It was trash. And trust me, me and Crease, we watched that shit. It was
it was bad.
One good episode.
It was horrible.
One good episode. It was only one, and that was episode 5. Was the only best episode in the entire fucking show.
Yeah, and according to you guys, shit actually happened. Like people died. There was some fighting, things like that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Chris. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Good. No, it's all good, man. I was just gonna say this on this whole entire Star Wars theory and Star Wars Explain or whatever, dude. When you're always second best, you're always gonna feel some type of way. Like,
oh yeah.
I hear that. How I see this situation.
Yeah.
It's like you're gonna feel some type of way. Like the thing is, he like this whatever his name is, Star Wars Explain or whatever. he looks at Theory and he just hates everything that he has or whatever. Like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, listen,
Oh yeah.
like Theory's is stronger than you, so you can't beat him in no fight or whatever. Like, if you guys was to square up, he already knows that's a ass whipping waiting to happen. He knows more Star Wars lore than you, so like you can't beat him on that. He got more subscribers than you, and arguably he could. And I'm not advocating this, but he could probably take his wife too. But you know, we're not gonna go there or whatever.
Oh,
But
yeah.
like, you know,
Oh yeah.
But also, today, Star Wars Explains showed that he got a care package from Lucas.
Wait, you mean Lucasfilm?
Yeah, he got a Legos Millennium Falcon, a black Millennium Falcon. He got popcorn, and he got like other stuff from them. And
Wow.
and I think I gave you the tweet. It's like he's like, yeah, they got paid off to do this shit.
Let me see if we have that. Oh yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Check this out, nerds. Super excited to
Right
build
there.
these sets, especially with all those minifigs, plus snacks, plus a Lego Jar Jar blanket.
Mhm.
Thanks to Star Wars, Lego Star Wars.
Yeah,
Look at
he
this.
got paid off.
I wonder how much this what's this? A
Dude, that's
1,500 piece Black Millennium Falcon cost. I wonder how much that
And
costs.
that probably will run. Hey, Ebola, look that up for me. See how much. I know the chat will look it up.
When videos started to be ratioed. Well, speaking of ratioed, I can really quick. I can pull up their StreamYard where you can see that
yes.
they've been.
yeah,
You guys
they're
notice this
sweet
line
back in.
right here where it just
Mhm.
went doof,
Boom.
just dumped off a clip. 450% down over the last 30 days in subs.
Dude, they've
Views
lost over
have gone up.
thousands.
Views have gone up in the last 30 days, but that's just because of all of the drama.
Ebola.
Whenever you have
Ebola.
views crank up like this and your subs absolutely tank, you know you done effed up. You know you done effed
Ebola,
up.
don't send it to me. Send it to Jake or Crease because I'm not on Discord. I can't see it.
And it's
Yeah.
and to the point where Molly Damon, she's the wife of the husband, the couple that runs Star Wars Explained, to the point where she's decided to protect her tweets.
She blocked me on
Yeah.
day one when I called her ass out. She blocked me on day one.
I got blocked before I even post anything. Like, she blocked me before I even got to post anything. I'm like, oh,
Yeah. It's
you let me get in on this.
Yeah, she's probably one of those people that doesn't even want to give anybody the satisfaction. So if somebody says something, like Phantom says something, she's going to see everybody that follows Phantom, and she's just going to go through and just block all of them in mass. Just absolute coward move. Absolute coward move.
Well, hold on. The thing that irritates me about these two is like they basically, not only did they put out a hit out campaign at the Fellowship or whatever, but they were putting out false propaganda saying that, oh, Jeremy and them sends people to attack people. I'm like, since when? Like, Jeremy's like the number one person that be saying like, dude, I don't care about your opinions. I believe that both sides should be have a voice or whatever. So, no, I don't agree. You should not be deplatformed. But these two evil people want to deplatform Geeks and Gamers and everybody in the Fellowship. Because guess what? They're jealous. It comes down to money at the end of the day.
It's also at least in the case of Star Wars Explained versus Star Wars Theory, it's very easy, in my opinion, to see that it's a jealousy thing. Because with this tweet right here, you could see Molly is talking about Star Wars Theory and saying that messages and emails were from 2016 to 2018. So they're 6 years old at this point, 6 to 8 years old. And they said everything Alex, Star Wars Theory, said was praising him for his work. We haven't spoken to him since then. I wonder why.
That's a lie.
I wonder
Well,
why they would
also-
say that. And that is a lie, because of course they have spoken to him since
So-
then, at the very least on Twitter. It's
So
sad,
very-
embarrassing
so-
behavior just to drive hate and get clicks. Look, I just want to pop this real quick.
Yeah.
Sad, embarrassing behavior just to drive hate and get clicks. Star Wars Theory is one of the nicest fucking dudes on the internet. He is easily the nicest dude in the Star Wars fandom. And
Number one.
If
He's the
we can
number
all-
one. He's the number one Star Wars YouTuber.
oh,
He's the
absolutely.
number one.
And if we could just remember back to a couple of months ago, he was doing his best to act as a bridge between Star Wars and Lucasfilm and the fans. And it wasn't until like the third episode of The Acolyte where he finally was
That's
like,
where
you
he
know
gave
what?
up.
I'm done. Yeah.
He
And
gave
he-
up.
It was the
and he didn't do it with
Kalmundi.
malice. Yeah,
It was
it wasn't.
Kalmundi shit. Yeah.
It wasn't out of malice. It wasn't out of hate. It was just like, I have been attempting to support and uphold something that I love, hoping that it'll get better, trying to give love and attention to the
And grace.
community that follows.
Yeah.
And grace. Yeah, show some poise in the situation. But this is a bridge too far, and I'm just done now. You know, so if
'Cause-
anybody has been trying to avoid driving hate, it's been Star
It's
Wars
him.
here.
Go ahead, Grace.
Because like even Theory even said like in his video he says like yeah I don't always agree with Ryan and the way he says things or whatever. Shout out to Ryan Kendall or whatever, but like
Shout
you know I mean I don't do it like how Ryan and them do it. Like I try to be objective as possible.
Yep.
I want Star Wars to be great or whatever, but
course.
I cannot lie to my fans or whatever. I refuse to do that, and it's not going to happen. And like I care about everybody. So, the dude's such a nice guy. Like even when he's beefing with other people, or well, people are beefing with him, he always still tries to make it a way to say like, guys,
Yeah.
don't attack nobody. Please just be
Oh, yeah.
nice, be kind. I'm like, oh my goodness, dude. Like
Yeah.
you're so Canadian, dude. Like,
Yeah. Whenever it comes to throwing stones on the internet, his first move is to always pick up a shield first. He never
Yeah.
goes
Yeah.
to grab another rock first.
So
Yeah.
I had an interaction with one of the main corporate people that was part of this campaign, Crimson, and
Really?
yeah, I believe the tweets are in our chat.
I couldn't
So-
find them if they were. I apologize.
Yeah, they're in our private one. It just basically I asked explain about the whole campaign, and this guy, whatever it was, just comes up and says, "I just can't explain it. Geeks and gamers are just terrible, awful people." And so I said, "Well, you call them awful people, but when has Geeks and Gamers or D-Day Cobra ever started a campaign to go to deplatform people
Yeah.
they don't agree with their opinions?"
course
Oh
not.
yeah, like never. And
Never.
guess what? He blocked me. He
Yeah,
fucking
immediately.
blocked me. Yeah.
Yeah. Immediately. And as we know, and I think this might just have to do with the way the other side, for lack of a better term, treats us. Whenever you watch a show that's hosted by Geeks and Gamers or
What's up,
Nerdrotic or
Nag?
Drinker or whatever, first we have to, just to be the bigger person, I suppose, constantly repeat, regardless of what we talk about here, don't tweet at these people, don't mass dislike
Yep.
their videos, don't start hating
Yeah.
on them. We keep it here, we talk about it here, and don't go out on your own attacking people. And some people can accuse them of saying, "Oh, you're only just doing that to try and absolve yourself of guilt, or to try and obfuscate what you're actually trying to do." No, I think we genuinely, people in this fellowship, genuinely are discussing these matters, because it matters to us, because it's about media that we like, Star Wars in this case.
Mhm.
And we genuinely do not want to start hate trains and hate campaigns and mass disliking and mass liking and stuff like that, because we're not going to use the tactics that our enemy use. We're going to be the bigger person in these matters.
Yeah, because like we're no
So-
different than them if we start doing that or whatever. Despite how I be saying like, man, I've been waiting for this day let's do it. Like, let's go. It's time for the Civil War. I've been waiting for this. Nah, man, don't snoop down to these low lives levels. One, we're fans.
Yeah. So if
go ahead, man.
if you do engage with these people, come with facts, come with receipts, come with logic. Because basically, when you call them out on their bullshit, don't say hateful things, don't attack them, don't do ad hominem attacks, don't do shit like that to them.
Yeah, no ad hominem, straw man, no name calling, just keep it straight up, straight above board,
facts.
Speak what it is. Yeah, the truth hurts more than anything, believe me.
And just do this: the moment they block you, wear that as a badge of honor because they cannot refute your arguments.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
They rage quit.
They only block when they cannot refute your evidence at all.
Of course, this is an extremely old argument. You only cut out a man's tongue because you're afraid of what he has to say. Period.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I could tell you how many debates I've been in or whatever where like people have been talking so much or whatever and like they don't like either one they don't reply back to you or two they just block you. If they do one of those two, then you won the whole entire thing. They can't.
Hey, Chris, we had that for the last couple of days on fucking Instagram.
Yeah, that's what I did. Like, hey man, they haven't replied back either ever since, bro. Like after I put that nail in that coffin for that, like they have no. On to the next one. I don't block anybody.
Really.
Like I have been in so many threads where it's like 1 on 20, and I still take them all out, like because they can't do it, bro. Like
right. Oh man.
Oh, poor Nagranol. They never reply to him. Poor Nagy.
You know why? You know why I think it is, Nagranol? I have a little pet theory of mine. I think they never reply to you because they know that you're a master moderator, and one of these days they might need a ringer to come help them out, and they don't want to get on the bad side.
Yeah.
So you know what? Wear that as a badge of honor. They're afraid to talk to you. Quite frankly, they're afraid of the power within your hands.
Oh man. Well, I guess we can. So I guess we're gonna go to the damn farm, and you know how much I hate these cows and chickens. It's trailer trash, folks.
Let's roll that beautiful bean footage. So which one do we want to show off first?
Let's go ahead and show off that Minecraft first.
Okay, we can do that.
You can't play. You can't play the audio.
Yeah, even though it's a cover of a song, it's a cover of a Beatles song. So
yeah.
So we're gonna have to play this dude.
Warner Brothers don't play about their money. David Zaslav said like, "You gonna have to pay me."
And trust me, as a Minecraft player, I'm going to cook after this trailer.
Oh well.
Oh gosh. All right,
if you have anything to say it now, or hold your peace for about 15 minutes, because
I have no dog in this fight.
All right,
I have no dog in this fight.
I think
Let's
Jake
play it all the way through.
I have played Minecraft since the alpha or the pre-alpha, excuse me. I think. Let's see, I'm 31 now, so I would have been like 15, I think, when the pre-alpha came out, and I literally got the first pre-alpha. So I put enough hours into it that I enjoy the game. But let's believe me, you guys really don't need audio. When you see the people, you know what they'll sound like in your head. So let's take a look at this, and y'all have anything to say, go ahead and speak up.
Jason Momoa.
Play it all the way through.
Jason Momoa is a trans gay person in this movie. I guarantee it. God,
transmission.
The pink leather fringed coat is something.
Diversity.
Also,
look at the fucking sheep. What the fuck is that?
The thing that I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's not. I have no dog in this fight, but like I think I'm gonna say what Phantom is probably thinking. Knowing this probably will make some money at the box office. Don't know if it's gonna be $1 billion, but I think it'll make at least 700 million.
Minecraft makes money.
It does make money.
And the kids will go and watch this.
Mm-hmm.
I give it a chance. I know it's gonna be shit, but it's fucking Minecraft. Everybody loves.
But remember, this is not for you. This is not for you. Like, this is not for you. That's what they said. That's how the critics already said it.
So then that would presume that it's either A, for the modern audience, say to the line, Bart, or it's for Minecraft players aged like 5 to 13.
Pretty much. That's what they're going. They're going with the second option with a little bit of the first.
And don't forget, Jack Black is Steve.
Yeah.
He's Steve.
Yeah. And I think the reason he looks so disheveled is because, well, A, that's kind of Jack Black's normal state. His hair is a little bit wild. His beard grows long like a wild man. I think he might just be at the point where he has enough pull in Hollywood that in his contracts when he plays a character that he can just look like himself, I suppose. And Wayfair, why did they think Jack Black is live action Steve? I have no idea.
They're retarded. They're retarded.
It could be that. It could be that. But I don't think there were executives or people in Mojang or Microsoft talking about, who looks like Steve. I think they were just trying to think of who can we make Steve that will bring in people.
Okay, this is what I think. This is what I believe, because I think they're probably saying like, hey, they think because Jack Black is a gamer or whatever, like he does play a lot of video games, so he kind of knows what to do with it or whatever. I mean, like they're looking at his progress with the Super Mario World and Jumanji and things like that. So they probably just said like, hey, let's just give it to Jack Black or whatever. That's just my opinion or whatever. I think that's what it is.
But don't forget, he was just in a video game flop with Borderlands.
He was.
That's true.
But was it last year or the year before when he was in a video game box office?
He was in Mario. He did good as Bowser.
$1 billion movie.
He
$1 billion
Bowser,
movie.
Well over $1 billion. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think with Jack Black, it's like, he's like you're the video game guy. That's how they see him in Hollywood. He's like Kevin Smith's role, in my opinion, or whatever.
So we were talking about this in Discord the other night, and I'm just gonna put it out there. If kids see this, they're trying to get Minecraft is the #1 game in the world, hands down. It's bigger than
the
Call of
#1 game
Duty.
of all time now. It is officially
it's bigger than Disney stuff.
Yeah, and it's officially sold more than either the original Super Mario Brothers on the NES or Tetris, which were up to this point the two biggest games, and Minecraft overtook them a couple of years ago, I believe.
And since Microsoft bought it from Mojang, and they're running that shit, it's $1 billion It's $1 billion franchise. They've had multiple spinoffs, and their store is popping.
Mm-hmm.
And people will go see this. Will it make $1 billion? It's gonna come damn close.
Yeah,
it'll come damn close.
Yeah, I think I'm with Kreese on this, Phantom, in thinking that like 750 million. I think that's genuinely within the realm of possibility. $1 billion, I don't necessarily think so, but $750,000, 700 million. That's
if it was a full animation movie. If it was a full animation movie, I would agree with you. But since I think it's like this type of,
it's gonna be it's gonna be like Who Framed Roger Rabbit. There's gonna be CGI and there's gonna be live action. Now the reason I'm gonna say this, you gotta think global. There are more people outside the United States that plays Minecraft than people inside the United States. It's going to do gangbusters in the open market. It will do gangbusters.
And you know what? I guarantee that probably for China, because China doesn't like things like devils, hell, ghosts, demons, spirits, things like that. That the reason you saw like those ender pigs in the overworld is they're probably going to try and stay out of the nether, try and avoid any allusions to ghosts or hell or anything like that, so that it can sell over in China also.
I guarantee you it's going to be two different movies. We have the end dimension, and we'll have the nether here. Over there won't be.
Oh, that, you know what? That's a very, very good point, because this is a fully animated movie with people just kind of blue screened into it. They can just chop out whatever. And I really don't think this is, this isn't Shakespeare, guys. So the story probably
video
game.
game.
Yeah, the story probably will suffer from 5 to 15 minutes cut out of it.
Yeah, I had to say this much. There's really no storyline unless they're going to like work in the story. Like a few years ago, they did Minecraft story mode, where they where they had this wicked wither coming, like destroying the world. They could be basing that on that. Now, does the regular core Minecraft has no story mode?
Right.
It's a survival.
You just play the game as long as you can, basically.
Yeah. And so I think they're basing it on those little the spin-offs for that.
Those kind of story elements, yeah.
That's fine. If the movie's good, people are going to watch it. I mean, you have the thing where you can look at the likes, dislikes on that, right?
I can pull it up. I can pull it up and take a look at it for you guys. I'll bring that up. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I've seen people like want to see it, give it a chance. I know I've seen people like, oh, this is gonna be trash. I don't know. I had to wait till another trailer. I'm a Minecraft fan. I play Minecraft every fucking day.
It just real quick. It is currently 654,000 likes. 1.5 million dislikes with 34 million views. That is absolutely incredible. That's damning. And I did see earlier.
It did some Snow White numbers right there, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I did see that it is officially the most disliked movie trailer on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even the highest viewed movie trailer on YouTube, but it has the most dislikes by far.
Well, dude,
you can't say it's all kids either. Like, come on now, man. Like,
dude, I remember they dropped this like late Friday night to Saturday morning. We're like, we're gonna drop this.
So yeah, it was on Friday, September 4th.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they dropped it like late at night where it could go under the radar.
Wednesday to Thursday.
Yeah, so they dropped it at night. It's like, so I seen it and I'm like, I don't know. And then it's like there's memes going around on the X where they said, you know how, the one where they took Jack Black and actually made him look like Stevie. It looks retarded.
And just look at the suggested, and I understand this suggested is tailored, in this case specifically for me because it's my YouTube account. But why the Minecraft movie concerns me. Reviews the Minecraft trailer, how Minecraft sounds are made. The Minecraft movie teaser isn't great. More reactions, things like that. And also, shout out to our homie Mo Zamboni in the GCA, hanging out with my homie Nerdy Neo on his open mic. So tune into that after this show. Make sure you watch the VOD and like the stream nerds. Shout out to the homies Nerdy Neo and Mo Zamboni. Give them a like, give them a comment, watch that VOD.
We gotta get Nerdy up here. We gotta get him on the show.
Nerdy's a busy gentleman, but I'm sure that he would be game to come on one of these days. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. At least try to get him on right before the Black Ops 6 drops.
He is a big Xbox player. He's not a big FPS guy. He's big on Metroidvania games.
Mhm.
So if
Well, since
something like that,
I know
ever
this
comes
is a
up-
little bit, I know this is a little bit left out of field, and this is not on the list. But since you guys are talking about video games, just really quick, what do you guys think about that new PlayStation 5 that came out? Real quick.
I think it's $200 overpriced.
So we had a discussion with ABF about this last night,
Mhm.
and I can see where he's coming from with this because everything in the new PlayStation is the Pro, right?
Well, what was his opinion?
So he said it's about the right price is because of all the stuff that they've added into it. They've like
The AI
increased the-
technology.
Yeah,
But the
they've added.
removal of the disk drive, the fact that its little plastic
Yeah.
stand cost $89.
Yeah,
I
even
understand it's going to be a
dude,
big deal that Steam is
Yeah.
going to be on it. They're finally bringing Steam to consoles, and it's going to be on the PS5 Pro. Also, shout out to Sophie doing the drive-by,
Sophie!
and hail to you, Sophie. Thank you so very much.
Hey,
for stopping
Sophie.
by, my friend, our friend indeed.
Yeah,
But it $700. That's a lot. I mean, if what ABF was speaking about, I mean, I imagine if I were to go in and speak to like ABF and Norman, that they would have a lot of info on it. And Nagnall, yes, Steam is going to be on there. Steam is coming to consoles. That was combined with the announcement earlier this week that they're changing up family share and screening to that. Now you can make your Steam account a full-blown family account where it can be logged into multiple devices at once, and
It's
multiple
coming to
games on the same library
Yep.
can be played at the same time. No longer is it just one PC playing one game and nobody else can play till somebody else goes in.
I think
Yeah.
I think the only
the
I think
PS5
the only
Pro is going to
difference
be the first one to
I
have.
think the only difference is that you can't still it's like if it's PlayStation exclusive, you can't take it to Xbox.
Yeah.
So there's still going to be that barrier in between them.
Which
So
is
like
which is smart or whatever. I mean, you got to keep the competition
smart.
or whatever.
Yes.
So I've always said this for years. My big issue is when they do like exclusive games to consoles, that hurts. That hurts that console because
That's fair.
I mean
It's the
it's like
console.
well it hurts.
hurting the game and the developer, but the console.
That's what I meant.
Oh, excuse me.
Because see if Helldivers would come to Microsoft, come to Xbox, and it would be free
Right.
to play, and people like
Really?
myself, I've heard people say if it was on the Xbox, they would play it if it had a Game Pass,
Right. It came with Game
Battle-
Pass.
a battle
Or a battle
pass and
pass.
stuff. Dude,
Well, it kind of
even
does have
I-
a battle pass. It
Even
does
I
have
said I
something
would
like
get
that
it.
in the game. I can't imagine it being free to play though.
Oh, dude, it's like if they go like from now on bring Call of Duty to Game Pass, and all they're gonna do is they going. I mean, they'll make money off the battle pass and people buying skins and shit. That's how you
Right.
make their money.
Well,
And you guys, if you look at the, I mean, they followed the model of GTA 5. Look how
Right.
much that's the billions have gone into that game. People have spent
true.
billions
that's
on
true.
shot cards and other stuff for that fucking game.
It's the reason that Red Dead Redemption 2 took so long to come
Died.
out, although it's been out for a number of years now, and its multiplayer died. And the reason
Mhm.
GTA 6 took so long, yes, I understand that Rockstar is infamous for having very, very long development cycles for its Grand Theft Auto games, but GTA 5 Online has been popping for so long and making
A decade.
so much money that
12,
Yeah.
a little over 12 years. 12 years.
yeah, launched in 2013, came to PC in 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's
serious
gone
money.
through. It's gone through three
But-
generations. Three
That's true.
generations.
That's true. And just real quick
Yeah.
on the COD point, on the Call of Duty point, I did want to say that, especially now that Call of Duty, along with other games, have moved from $60 MSRP to $70 MSRP, and with all the DLC, the expansion pass, the battle pass, all the skins, etc.
Mhm.
I can imagine that this will definitely be the first Call of Duty, and this is, I think, something Microsoft is attempting to do, where there's only going to be a minority of people who actually buy the game. The vast majority of people are going to be paying for Game Pass, because on Game Pass, not only is it going to be day one, but you're going to have access to all the content. You won't have to worry about purchasing.
Yeah, all the maps.
Will have everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maps are free. The maps are free, and all you, dude. I do that now. I just pay for the Battle Pass. That's all I do. And even though I don't even have to spend money because I collect points via the Bing stuff that's into the Game Pass itself. So I mean, it takes a little while to build stuff up, but in between the two Battle Pass seasons, I can look up stuff up on the computer, build my points up, and do it over again. So I mean, a lot of people say Battle Pass ain't worth it. It's worth it now because you're getting every single Call of Duty game that's going to be put out, and they just like re-released the MW3, the recent one.
And much like with any subscription, I mean, we can go back to like EverQuest, which launched in 1999, I think 1998, and subscription services, even today with subscription services as well. A subscription service for a game is worth it depending on how much you play it.
The gamer.
You play it enough, the cost benefit of that is worth it.
Yeah.
I played WoW for a long time, and the amount of hours I put into it, the amount of content I got out, the amount of relationships I made, the friends that I had, $15 a month was worth it. It was totally fine for me.
Well, also now we know they're moving away from physical media. You're going to digital. Is like Game Pass is a must because you get over 200 games. You get not only you get the what games are on Game Pass, you also get EA, and then you could do the Ubisoft is a separate one.
Cool.
Yeah,
and it's like, well, for me, it's like, I just got Game Pass and I can get EA and stuff like that. Like the new Madden will be out day one. All the
new EA sports games are coming to PC now as well. There was a few years ago where they weren't, but now they are day one.
I'm gonna say this, and then we'll just move on to Venom 3. I think at the end of the day, like both the companies of the consoles, because I know AVF doesn't like console stuff. He always makes fun of Nagano, but I think at the end of the day, like they always will have that console war type of thing because it just it's sort of like your sports team at the end of the day, and that's the only reason why they're not going to do it or whatever. So,
but before we go to Venom 3, I said this last night. I'm getting PlayStation 3 vibes off the price of the PlayStation 5 Pro. Just saying, I'm getting those vibes.
Sorry. Could you please repeat that one more time?
You remember the price of the PS3 when they first came out? How much they were going for?
$600. Yeah, that was in 2006.
I'm getting the same vibes. I'm getting the same vibes with this, with that.
I mean, yes, but take this one thing at least before we move on. When the PlayStation 3 was announced, yes, it was announced at $600. Yes, there was an outcry. Yes, it got bumped down to $500. But this was also 2006, when even the most basic Blu-ray player cost about $500. So yes,
up to 600 and some, up to 600. And
well, that's what I'm saying. Even the most basic, just a Blu-ray player cost $500. Or even though there's limited supply, if you could find one, you could spend $500 on not only a Blu-ray player, but a workhorse of a console. Wasn't as popular as the 360, but it was easily the most powerful of that generation.
Yeah, I think it still beat out the 360 at the end. That's what Jeremy said at the end or whatever.
Well,
but,
at the beginning of that generation, fucking the 360 destroyed the PlayStation. It destroyed it.
Yeah.
But
Good.
then, then they got more exclusive games at the end, but it was by that much that they won. I mean, you
Yeah.
got to think the title launch with the 360 was Halo 3, straight up Halo
Yeah.
3, and
that
then
was
Yeah.
nearly 2 years after the 360 came out.
2008.
It was 2007 when Halo 3 came out. The 360 was announced and launched in late 2005. So it was nearly 2 years. But people were like, they bought 360s.
Well, we had Gears.
I personally know somebody
We
who
had
bought
Gears.
a 360 and didn't use it until Halo 3 came out.
Well, I mean, you also had Gears. You had a few little games. Okay, so what's our next topic, Chris?
Of course.
Oh yeah,
Venom 3.
No, Venom 3 trailer. I seen this trailer. It actually looks good.
Mhm.
We
And unlike-
okay. So before we got an Easter egg of the fucking him in the black suit. That is Venom. So yeah, we got Easter egg of that suit, the tuxedo.
And I will just point out real quick that compared to our last trailer, it doesn't have as many views, has about a sixth of the amount of views. However, like-dislike ratio, way better. 1,500 dislikes to nearly 60,000
Yeah.
likes.
To,
And this we
to
can
be
play.
fair.
I checked it. We can play the audio on this one. Go ahead.
So go ahead and play, and I could talk while we're playing because it's not a big deal because I really don't care about the Venom series. But go ahead and play it or whatever.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say this: like Venom is the only franchise that I know that is like it's like it's not light, but it's really successful for some odd reason because people around, people
love Venom.
overseas. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
love
People
Venom.
overseas love the Venom movies or whatever, whereas in America it doesn't do good, but around the world everybody loves Venom. It's
Very well.
it's
Well,
weird.
It's like he's like
hold off for a second.
Go.
Let's hold off on these and let's just run through
Play
this. 3 minutes. We can play the audio. Let's enjoy this. See what's up.
Hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna send you a picture of him.
Sure. Share it in the private chat if you would, please.
So-
Yeah, I'm about to.
real quick before you guys pop off. Both of you mentioned how doesn't do well in the U.S. but does gangbusters outside of the U.S. Just quick yes or no's from you guys. Do you guys think Tom Hardy has anything to do with that? Just yes or no?
maybe.
I think it kind of does because like he is from the UK or whatever, so a lot of people like him or whatever. So
Okay.
But
Fair
also
enough. And thank you, Wayfair,
Venom
for letting us know. Null, pronounced null. Gotcha.
no.
And
Venom
Wayfair is giving a warning to everybody. The Discord torture has commenced. Thank you, ABF.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm missing it.
Same.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, the thing with Venom, it is out of the Sony non-Spider-Man movies, it is the most successful of the series.
Yeah.
Everybody loves fucking Venom. It's Venom. He is one of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Green Goblin has nothing on Venom. You know why? Because Venom was part of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man,
Now-
he's his ultimate rogue because to me, I love the first two Venom movies. I love seeing Carnage. Woody Harrelson, not so much. Seeing Carnage, seeing fucking Carnage. Who back in the day never played Maximum Carnage or read the comic book Maximum Carnage?
Oh, dude, the Maximum Carnage game was sick. That was
phenomenal.
Fun.
Yeah.
I feel like that was, pardon the pun, the prototype for the game Prototype. If you guys ever played that, Prototype was fantastic.
I played both. Yeah,
Prototype 1 and 2 were great.
Then, so to me, a lot of people was like, "Oh, dude, they said the first movie wasn't going to be good." Dude, I have both of them. I'm going to get this one.
The first movie did $500 million, didn't it? It hit 500 million.
I think it hit $1 billion. I think it was $1 billion.
Yeah.
I might be wrong.
Billion. Oh my goodness! I
don't think it went $1 billion. I don't think it was $1 billion, but I think it was close. Yeah.
Someone could look it up.
For me, I can only speak for myself. Like, yeah, the first movie I enjoyed. I have it on Blu-ray, but the second movie I was just not a fan of it. Whatever. I thought it was pretty. I thought it was just goofy and shit. It was like pretty
I'd
bad.
rather have it.
I
Yeah,
was
the
just gonna
whole.
say that seems to be the general consensus is the first one did better than the second one.
And Tom
'cause I think the first-
Tom Hardy was perfect as Eddie. At least he looked like Eddie fucking Brock instead of Topher fucking Grace.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
kind of tall. He's wide. He's broad.
I think
you
the
know,
first
could be
one, the reason why it was successful is because it felt a little bit more grounded. It felt like a little bit more serious with a little bit of comedian things. Whereas, like in the second one, a lot of people were complaining that it was just too comedic or whatever. Like
tilted the other way.
Yeah. And like, because if you know Carnage is supposed to be a serious type of arc or whatever, and like when I was watching,
he's a cold-blooded killer. He's a sadist. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
He just fucking kills.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
you gotta
I
think,
wasn't
though,
getting that vibe
they
from him.
marketed towards kids. They couldn't do like Maximum Carnage or when fucking Deadpool hooks up with Carnage because
Right.
decapitation, blood everywhere. Yeah, they cannot do that in these fucking movies.
Yeah.
The Deadpool Carnage mashups are, I mean, having the symbiote on Deadpool is just you can
That
barely
was
do that to
wild.
adults, honestly.
You gotta think. Deadpool made Carnage go insane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He made
that's
him
true.
more
That's-
insane than when he was hooked up when he was with Casty, and we all know Casty was batshit crazy, but Deadpool
Yeah.
was even crazier.
That's true.
Yeah. But
So-
yeah, that's how I feel about.
I mean, sorry. One more thing. You gotta remember, Carnage wanted to. He wanted to end himself after he was attached to Deadpool. That's how bad it was.
That's true.
Get me off of him. Get me off of him now. This man is crazy. Yeah, so overall, like I said, me and my friends like from Kings of Pop Culture, we kind of make fun of the Sony universe or whatever, but like
Mhm.
I always tell them this. I've said like Venom is the most unsuccessful franchise. What I mean by that is like most people in America can't stand the Venom movies,
Mhm.
but like they still make money. It's crazy. And you know what? It's okay to be the minority on things when it comes to what you like or what you dislike or whatever.
That's
So,
true.
I mean,
That's
I
very
think that's
true.
perfectly fine or whatever. And like I said, like the Venom movies, I like the first one. Second one wasn't that good. I'm gonna watch this one if the CD happens to fall down in a Discord somewhere and like I
Right.
pick it up and dust it off or whatever. So yeah. So definitely the
So what I'm thinking is this is going to be how they introduce Venom into with Tom Holland, because
interesting.
this is how they're going to introduce, because we know the next movie we're getting after this, or I mean, did we get Kraven yet, or is that next year?
it's gonna be Kraven's gonna be next.
Yeah.
Okay,
Kraven is
so that's going to be a terrible movie.
Okay. Well,
And
Yeah.
I love Kraven the Hunter, but he's not Kraven the Hunter. He's Kraven the Kraven
Craven the
the
whatever. Man.
environmentalist.
Oh God, yeah, you hit the nail on the head there, Chris. Craven the environmentalist.
and the thing is, this is the movie that's going to introduce Rhino, but they're saying
That's true.
that it's going to be true to the comic books. He's going to be in the suit. He's not going to be in that mechanized garbage.
You gotta agree with
They
you.
was
Thank
in
you.
the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I hate those movies.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that I liked in the Amazing Spider-Man 1 was the lizard. They got the lizard right.
Yeah.
They got him right.
See
Yeah,
the thing. The thing is with Amazing Spider-Man, like the Amazing Spider-Man movies, like I said, like I like Andrew as Spider-Man, but the movie writing is just bad, man. It's horrible.
He's a good Spider-Man. He's not a good Peter Parker.
Well,
He's not a good
yeah.
Peter Parker.
Well, speaking of the potentially good Spider-Man, keeping it on topic here, what do you guys feel about this? Spider-Man 4 finding its director and a Mr. Destin Daniel Cretton.
Do we
Now,
know
I
what
don't
he's
know this
done?
I don't know his work, but what about you guys?
So he did the Shang-Chi movie for what I known, and like I
Okay.
think he also did something with Fast and Furious. You probably want to look that up, Jake, or whatever,
Okay.
if you want
I
to
can
do it
look that
like
up real
that.
quick. Uh-huh.
You could look that up. But and that's a good segue to like our pop culture events and whatever. You know, it's a little we're going a little bit out of the thing, but you know what? It makes sense. Good job, Jake.
You got it, homie.
Definitely with this one, Spider-Man 4 news. It's about time or whatever. It's I know a lot of the Spider-Man community has been waiting for Tom Holland to return back as Spider-Man. I know Phantom, he is not the biggest Tom Holland fan.
Mhm.
I don't hate Tom Holland. I just make
I don't hate him. I don't hate him. But
Mhm.
we're getting the dude that gave us fucking Shang-Chi in that fucking retarded fucking movie.
Yeah, and Wayfair is correct, and Crease, you are correct. I just looked it up. Mr. Destin Daniel Cretton, more of a producer, although he has directed some stuff. The stuff that he's directed has either been co-directing or solo directing, kind of indie films, and I guess to us, foreign films. His first ever big budget movie was Shang-Chi in 2021. And he is going to be directing, allegedly, an untitled Shang-Chi sequel, the Spider-Man 4. Apparently, he directed, which is now in post-production, a Wonder Man TV miniseries, and he is in pre-production to direct a live-action Naruto.
Oh, Jesus
Can I say something? Can I say something? This will
Go
be the
ahead.
movie. This is going to be the movie they're going to bring Miles Morales in because of this this fucking retard. I guarantee it.
You and
Because-
Wayfair are on the same wavelength.
Because
Saying it's all about Miles Morales.
I do know there's been some rumors going around that we're about to get the second part of the Miles Morales Spider-Man and Spider-Verse movie pretty soon.
Right.
They're gonna be announcing it probably in the next couple months.
Mhm.
I never watched those because Miles Morales is Miles Morales, and I don't give two shits in the fuck about him.
And you know what? That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's
Terrible.
I liked the first Miles Morales movie, but like the second Miles Morales movie, I thought it was like it was trash. Look, I'll give you the concept of it. Like, so for the second one, Phantom, this is kind of how it went. Like, it's called the canon event or whatever. So, like, you know, when it comes to the canon event, the way it works is like each Spider-Man thing has a canon event towards that Spider-Man to make them Spider-Man. So my thing was like, okay, so why did you make your plot around the canon event? So by your logic, if Miles just goes off and does his own thing, what he's claiming to do or whatever, like he says he's going to change his canon event, isn't that like going against your grain? Isn't the canon event making him do what he was supposed to do? Like, it's like,
well, don't forget, Miles Morales is he literally is part of the multiverse, and he ends up in Peter Parker's universe. You gotta remember that, folks. This is a multiverse fucking bullshit. So they can bring diversity into Spider-Man. It would have been a lot better if they would have gave him another ability, other powers, and give his own rogues, because he has no originality. What? Okay, he's black. That's all it is.
Black Peter Parker. He's Black Peter Parker.
He's technically half black, half Puerto Rican. Let's be honest. He's a
But the thing is, people would like Miles better if they would. Dude, I wouldn't even care if they give him the Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider. At least he wouldn't be Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the thing is,
give him the Scarlet Spider. Give him like any other title. He's not fucking Spider-Man.
The thing is about why a lot of people don't like Miles Morales, it's not even because quote unquote he's black or whatever. That's stupid and everything. Like that's like the most dumbest thing ever. Now there might be like a couple of people, like a handful of KKK members and fans.
We don't deal with
and that's just like but that's just 1% or whatever. Like really small, really, really small. People don't like it when you're forcing a character on people. Like they try to make him strong. Like literally, I've seen some of the comment feeds of Miles Morales, and they're basically just like the people that are writing him are basically just saying, no, he's stronger than Peter. He's faster than Peter. He's great.
They're not only trying to make him superior to.
He's Black Thor. He has the ability to use lightning and electricity.
What?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, there's an alternate comic book where he becomes. He can shoot electricity. He can turn invisible. He has his spider sensors is faster than Peter's. Like
that's so dumb.
It's retarded.
They're trying to make him OP. They're trying to make him so OP to where like you forget about Peter Parker. But let me tell you something real quick. Hold on, fam. Let me tell you something real quick. Like I gotta cook on this real quick. Let me tell you something. The thing about Peter Parker is like Miles Morales. Okay, let's just give the people that love Miles Morales the benefit of the doubt. Miles Morales is Spider-Man, all right? He is a Spider-Man, but he's not the Spider-Man. Peter Parker is Spider-Man, okay? He's the number one person. He's always going to be number one. Just as much as we love Terry McGinnis as Batman Beyond, we already know that Bruce Wayne is always going to be number one as Batman. It's nothing against Miles or anything. It's just fucking
Terry McGinnis is how they should have done Miles fucking Morales. Hands down. He does not have the same rogues. He doesn't have the same abilities. He is not as smart as fucking Bruce. He can fight, but the thing is, that's how Miles Morales should have fucking been. It should have been that way. It should have been that way.
Yeah. But yeah, that's basically how I feel about the whole entire Miles Morales thing is like, dude, don't force Miles onto people, dude. It's like that's why you got this thing. That's why you got this divide in the Spider-Man community already. Like in the Spider-Man community, you're always beefing on who's the better live action Spider-Man. Then you throw in Miles Morales and on top of that, then they're even more divided on that, because if you say that Miles Morales is just Miles Morales and Peter Parker is Spider-Man, then they think you're a racist or whatever. No, it's not. It's not what it's like that. It's like, dude, you're forcing a character onto people that you just don't care about or whatever, and that's fine. Like Miles can be with Peter, but he's never gonna be Peter, and they gotta accept that. That's people stick to day ones or whatever.
I agree with that. Oh, go ahead.
Let me say this before we go into our next topic, because it's Batman, and I'm all for it.
I was gonna say like
Miles
we can do Batman.
Now listen, everybody. Miles Morales is Miles Morales, and Rey is a Palpatine, not a Skywalker.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna switch this up a little bit. Wasn't expecting to talk about Batman or whatever, but like, you know what?
Let's go.
Jake, can you do me a favor? Can you pull up this one clip that I found up on Adam West? That's the actual true fact.
Sure.
It'll just give the
to the go.
Give the audience
to the go.
Absolutely. This is just a little something about Mr. Adam West, the OG Batman. And we're not gonna play with the audio. We don't need it, but let's see this. This is the OG Batman. Adam West allegedly slept with so many women in Aspen, Colorado, that the city banned him from returning for 15 years. And I think
Bruce
it was
Wayne,
something
baby.
like when they were filming in Aspen for one of the movies, he was there for like a couple of weeks or something like 3 weeks. And he said he slept with 3 to 4 women a day for 3 weeks while working full time.
He got that
is fucking insane.
He got that
Bruce
pussy. He got that pussy.
Yeah.
And like
And
Chris
then-
said here, he was Bruce Wayne off the camera.
Yeah.
It's like no, man, because like in the video or whatever, he was saying like, you know, him and the guy that played the Riddler or whatever, they got kicked out of.
Mhm.
Like, you just kind of,
Oh god. Equally infamous Hollywood
Kicks up the
cross-screen
tights,
debauchery.
man.
This included Adam West sleeping with up to eight women a day. Two of those women were Natalie Wood and Raquel Welch. One time, Adam
Lucky
West slept with so many
bastard.
women in the city of Aspen, Colorado, that this city banned him from returning for another 15 years. Adam West was having sex between scenes on lunch breaks pretty much every chance he got. It was not uncommon for there to be an actual line of women waiting outside of Adam West's dressing room, sometimes starting as early as 7 in the morning. One of the most insane stories involving Adam West. Oh my gosh. And Gorshin, of course, played the Riddler in the Batman series, was attending
that's my favorite
orgies.
Riddler.
They were attending orgies together, and they got kicked out of the orgy because both of them kept pretending to be in character the entire time.
Well, you can also
can
look,
do-
you can also look at this. He even hey Chris, I know you're not gonna like this. He got with Batgirl. He got with Batgirl.
Yeah, with Natalie Wood.
I
man.
don't need to know that. I don't need to know this, Phantom. Okay, like I don't need to
Where
know
you think
this.
they got it
Yes,
from, man?
She was an adult.
Yeah.
She was an adult at the time. I
Yeah.
want to make this very clear. This was all
He
above
was an
board.
adult.
Yeah.
Yes, like everybody, like it was all legal.
No,
Like
he-
basically,
So
God.
so basically, Adam West had a lot of toe tags. Shout out to the
yeah,
goat.
yeah.
And I just
That's
want to say
why I
one
just,
thing. Go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
I just want to say, like, I can never ever look at the 1966 Batman stuff ever the same because
ever
I know
again.
that Batman was getting his freak on or whatever. But this is gonna lead into our segment too. But go ahead, Jake. What you about to say before we get into the actual segment?
Before we get to the actual segment,
I gotta go to
just
the
wanna
bathroom.
say-
I'll be back.
go ahead. Chris and I will cook on this real quick before we move on. It just goes to show you, Hollywood has always been a kind of debaucherous place, but it does show you that the quality of your character and the type of man you are actually makes a difference. Because you can have a guy like Adam West who is sleeping with upwards of 8 women a day, literally lining up outside of his dressing room to sleep with him, starting at as early as 7 in the morning. And not a bad word has been said about the guy from anyone in Hollywood. And then you can have other people in Hollywood who might be as sexually active, but man, the accusations against them are horrific. It just shows you you can be a sexual Adonis, but it really depends on the type of person you are. But now that we're done with that, let's talk about the actual topic regarding Batman.
Yeah.
So, Chris, Batman 2.
Yeah, man. So like a lot of people have been speculating on what Batman 2 is going to be about, who's going to be the new villain, is it going to be like a fantastical kind of Batman, like in the Keaton and the Val Kilmer and what's his name and Clooney movies or whatever? Are they going to be those type of movies? Well, Matt Reeves kind of gave us the answer. It's like a yes and a no. Like he's not 100% sure. So it looks like it's going to be still more of a grounded Batman. But I think Matt Reeves is open to doing fantastical. But like the second movie, don't expect anything like a Clayface or a Killer Croc or a Man Bat or whatever. It's going to be more of the criminal underground. So because like there's going to be a new TV show called The Penguin, which I'm so excited for next week because like that actually looks like a good show. It looks like it's Sopranos meets DC, and I'm so ready for that.
And for y'all,
we'll do a watch party on that
last week.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, So since they're doing this way, you got Victor Zsasz, you got Black Mask, you got
Two-Face.
Two-Face.
Mhm.
You know, you can do a lot of. I mean, Batman does have low level villains that
Oh yeah,
that
his
can
rogues
be
gallery is
used.
massive,
Yeah,
and it's the most beloved of comic
dude.
books. Basically, Batman's rogues gallery
Joe Chill.
is looked up upon.
Joe
Yeah.
Chill.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh.
yeah. I mean, they can introduce they can introduce the Graysons here, but not
Mhm.
have the tragedy yet because he's still.
Right.
This would be like year 3, right? This is going into
Yeah.
year 3.
Yeah.
So a lot of people got to remember.
So-
So like the biggest issues they had with the movies. Oh, it's like he's dumb. He doesn't know this. I'm like, this is year 2 Batman. It
Yeah.
still took him a long time to become the world's greatest detective and
Greatest
actually hone
detective.
his skills.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
And was that
So-
not the point of the first movie? The Batman, I mean,
Mhm.
where it was like the first time he donned the suit, the first year that he was being Batman. That was the whole
Second
like
year.
rush,
Yeah.
basically. Or
Second
second
year.
year.
Excuse
Yeah.
Because he's already cool with Gordon, and
Right,
they already
right.
had the bat signal and stuff. So
me. Okay.
yeah, this is so this is earlier in his career. It's like there's like if anybody's seen, I have the movie. I love the movie. It's a great movie. It's better than Dark Knight Rises. Hands down with Beardo. Stand with Beardo.
Yeah. I stand with
In-
Beardo
in-
on that one.
So in the movie, he doesn't have the bat wings. He wears one of those little suits that has the wings that pop out. And
Right.
people
Yeah.
are like, "And why didn't he have that?" I'm like, you got to think they didn't. I mean, they can introduce Lucius Fox in the new one, and that's how he starts getting his tech, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
At this point, he's building his own tech. It wasn't until he hooked up with Lucius is when he started getting
Yeah.
all
Okay.
his toys.
I
So-
do have a question regarding the sequel, but I do want Kreese to go because Kreese has been holding on to some stuff. Please go ahead.
So I was gonna say this on the Graysons thing. I don't think, and I've talked to my friends about this. And we've been going back and forth on this. I don't think he's gonna. I think this is just gonna be a Batman solo universe. Only because the only reason why I say that is because of James Gunn and how Damian Wayne is in the DCU. And the way those Batman contracts are, like you can't have the same character in at the same time because like if you know Damian's in there, you already know that Dick Grayson is gonna be Nightwing in there. So like that's gonna be a problem right there. So that's why I
James
just
Gunn,
say like
get the Batman right, bitch. Get it right.
yeah.
Not doing good with
So
Batman. I mean Superman.
So that's my only thing with the whole entire thing with if there's gonna be a Robin. I don't personally think so because I actually like Damian Wayne. I think he's a cool Robin or whatever. I don't hate the guy. I can see why people don't like him, but yeah, to be fair, he's only like 10. Am I right? He's like 10 years old or something like that.
He's quite young. Yeah.
He's
like-
like 19 years old, and he's literally the head of the League of Shadows because Ra's dies, and he's the head of the demon.
He's pretty because that's why I keep on saying, "Oh, I don't like Damian Wayne because he's stuck up." Well, he's a little kid. To be fair, like weren't we a little spoiled like that? To be fair, like you know,
I'm pretty sure all three of us hated who we were when we were teenagers. If we could go back, we'd slap ourselves.
it's like
What's up, Baxter?
you got to remember who his parent. You got to remember who his parents are, man.
Yeah,
Like I mean, you Talia, like Talia be on her stuff. Then you got Bruce's ego. I mean, as much as I love Batman, Batman does got an ego too. Like it has to be his way or the highway. So I mean, he kind of gets them two right there. And then you got your grandfather's Ra's al Ghul. That's the demon's head, and he's even more of a narcissist because he's been around forever. So you know what I'm saying? That's three people where like you gotta give Damian a break a little bit. Like you know,
That's true. And Dax's not saying it's less Damian himself and just that he's gotten pushed so hard to the forefront. I'm a Dick Grayson guy myself. think a lot of people have Dick Grayson, guys, but that
Oh yeah,
ties
Dick
into what
Grayson's
we're thinking
amazing.
about.
I mean, he's the
Yeah.
first Robin. He's
Of
the
course.
first Robin.
And that
You
ties
know-
into what we're speaking about regarding Spider-Man and Miles Morales. It's not the character himself per se. It's the fact that the people push him so hard to the front. If they wouldn't do that, if they just let the character breathe, be its own character, we wouldn't have as much.
Well, the thing is, they're letting Damian actually breathe or whatever. It's just that people don't like him and everything. And I'm like one of those guys of I understand Damian's story, because if you look at Damian's story, and you gotta once again, you gotta remember who his 3 role models are: Talia, Bruce, and Ra's al Ghul, and everything. Like, you know, they like there's good like. Out of one of them, Bruce is trying to do his best. I mean, he got the kid out of nowhere, out of wedlock and everything. But then you gotta remember, he's like Damian spent his life being trained to be an assassin by his mom and his grandfather. So you know, of course, he's gonna act kind of weird and narcissistic and everything. So go ahead, Ken.
Can we say this much? Can we say this much? Can they give Jason Todd some love? Please.
Yeah, let's give Jason Todd some love. Let's get some night.
Give us the Red Hood. Give us a good Red Hood.
Oh yeah. Now, the thing I wanted to ask you guys in regards to this, Kreese, actually, you spoke a lot about, or at least regarding what I was going to ask about. In this part of the article, they're talking about how this sequel is going to be digging deep into the epic story about deeper corruption, goes into places you can anticipate in the first one. Seeds where this goes are all in the first movie. It expands in ways that will show you aspects of the character you never got to see before. So in the first movie, as we know, Robert Pattinson is Batman. It was year 2. He's still pretty fledgling as Batman, still not the world's greatest detective yet, not even the best crime fighter yet, or at least the best that he could be. And the main villain of that was the Riddler. And certainly the way the Riddler was acted and portrayed in the first movie, love him or hate him, was very, very different from the comics. Now, my question is, based on how they made the Riddler out to be as a character in the movie, are there any villains that you guys would like to see in the sequel, but also at the same time are potentially afraid of how they might change them to fit into this more grounded and grittier Batman series?
Easy for me, Victor Zsasz.
Okay, and what about you, Kreese?
Victor Zsasz is like this ultimate serial killer that
I see how that can go bad.
They'll have to change it up because don't forget, he's also the guy when he kills somebody, he marks his skin with marks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that could turn into something crazy. What about you?
Honestly, this is out of random, and like I always wanted to see this live adaptation. I kind of want to see the Mad Hatter, see how they do it on that one, and see what they will do with him. Like, how would they do the Mad Hatter? On here.
Yeah, but kidnapping a girl, making her Alice. What about the doctor that wears the pig face? The one that mutilation. I don't think they could do that.
Well, no. Actually, I think you guys are kind of facing the opposite direction. You guys are talking about how it might be too extreme. I think it would be a matter of they would bring somebody in and make them to be an absolutely abhorrent, evil person. I mean, kind of like what they did with the Riddler. They brought in somebody who got joy toying with Batman, getting Batman to solve his riddles, and basically turned him into a domestic terrorist.
Dude, the Riddler was Jake, and it was an allegory for Jake and Logan Paul. Straight up.
I'm sorry, what?
If you look at he was internet. He wanted to be internet fucking famous, and he did everything for attention. Jake and fucking Logan Paul. They were the Riddler. Riddler was based on them.
The community was actually divided on this, Jake. within the Batman community because there's a lot of people that like it, and then there's like a whole bunch of people that hate it. Like,
I
hated
I
it.
can see
Man.
how. Again, just based on how different the Riddler is in the movie versus the comics, basically any iteration of the comics. That's why I was so curious about who your favorite member of the Rogues Gallery might be and how they could potentially just crank them up to 11 and totally change them again to be more grounded.
Oh, if we're going based off of my favorite one,
if they do it, keep the Joker out. We don't need a Joker. We don't.
The
need
Joker's going to be in the last movie.
I'm however many.
I think he's going to be in the final movie.
For last.
Because Matt Reeves even said that he's keeping the Joker for something special or whatever. So me personally, this is what I think is going to happen. I think, and my friends hate that I might be right about this. I think the Joker is going to break out in the second movie, and then they're going to make a Joker show. I think that's what's going to happen, in my opinion, or whatever.
The thing is, it's going on how the Penguin's going to do, and we know the Penguin's phenomenal. We've seen the trailers. We know it's going to be good.
Yeah.
For me,
it's going to do well.
For me, I want to see a villain that's never been portrayed in live action. Killer Croc has been portrayed in Suicide Squad, but give me Clayface. Give me Clayface. Give me Killer Croc. Right. Give me like the Mad Hatter. You give me like
excuse me.
You give me the street level rogues, right? Because from Bane up or like the ultimate rogues. Give me Firefly. Give me Victor Zsasz. You give me Black Mask. You give me those characters that give us Deathstroke. Give us Deathstroke.
I think Deathstroke is going to be in the DCU. Deathstroke is going to be in the DCU. Okay. But if you're telling me my favorite villain that I want to see, but I'm a little bit nervous about, my girl, Andre Beaumont, man, I really want to see her on the big screen. We need the Mask of the Phantasm. It needs to be on live action. What are you guys doing? It needs to happen or whatever. But I'm nervous about it.
Dude,
it's still the most popular animated Batman is Mask of the Phantasm.
Dude, have her be his first love.
Yeah,
have her be his first love.
Okay,
not Selena. It shouldn't. I'm gonna tell you. We don't need Catwoman. We don't need the fucking Joker in the beginning. That's the thing that really pisses me off about it. In the Tim Burton, that was fine. We had Joker first, but they fucking killed him. They killed him off.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the biggest thing I hate about the late 90s throughout the 2000s. I mean, the late 80s throughout the first runs of superhero movies. They killed the fucking villains.
Yeah.
They killed Green Goblin. They killed Doc Ock. Hey, I'm glad they got rid of fucking Venom. Fuck Venom and Spider-Man.
Which is quite antithetical to comics because you kill the villain, the comic's done. You got to keep him alive.
Yeah.
I'll get you next time, etc.
I think what happened was because Warner Brothers was looking at this just in case if this movie doesn't make any money,
Right.
Well, I mean, they killed the Penguin. They killed the Penguin. They killed fucking Two-Face. I mean,
yeah. I get what you're saying, Phantom. But yeah, that's how I feel about this whole entire Batman fantastical thing, and I get it because for me, I always been a fantastical Batman fan anyway. To me, no offense to the grounded stuff. Once again, I know listen, I always think of it as the Dark Knight trilogy, and I'm gonna say it like this. I don't necessarily like the Batman, and I don't necessarily like the Batman in the Dark Knight trilogy. Oh my gosh, you don't like Christian Bale? Yeah, I think he sucks, to be honest with you. But hold on, I can hear the hates. Oh my gosh, you don't know what you're talking. Listen, I think he's great as a Bruce Wayne. I think I think Christopher Nolan was going more of a Bruce Wayne, the human route, or whatever. And also he made the villain so unique in those movies, at least the first two. Not character assassination in the third one or whatever, but that's the reason why.
Dude, they gave us the greatest Joker of all time, Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yeah, they gave us Heath Ledger's Joker. I mean, like, I love old boy that played Two-Face. Scarecrow with Cillian Murphy. He's freaking amazing.
I like
Liam Neeson as Ra's al Ghul. Yeah, like it was the first two movies were good.
You gotta think that dude, the one that plays Scarecrow, originally was supposed to play Bruce Wayne Batman.
I think he would have been better Batman. I think Cillian Murphy would have been a better Batman in my opinion.
I think Christian Bale would have been a better fucking Scarecrow. I mean, look at American Psycho.
Oh, dude, Christian Bale. Based on their different acting styles, we've seen Christian Bale in American Psycho, as Phantom mentioned. We've seen Cillian Murphy in like Peaky Blinders. You can tweak both of those, and you could have Christian Bale. Could have had Christian Bale as Scarecrow and Cillian Murphy as Bruce Wayne / Batman. Because
the thing was, like, when I looked at the footage with Cillian Murphy, I'm just gonna go based off of this. I think it's because he didn't have the look of Bruce Wayne. That's what it was. Whatever, he had the voice of Batman. Yeah, right. He didn't have the build or whatever.
He didn't.
That's what it was. He didn't have the chin or whatever.
Dude, I'm not complaining. I think Scarecrow is my favorite character next to the Joker, hands down.
Yeah. Like, me personally, like, if I was to rank the villains, I think Joker's number one for me. Then old boy that played Two-Face, then Cillian Murphy, and then Ra's al Ghul or whatever, with my boy Liam Neeson. Like,
Fuck Bane
and Talia. Yeah, like that was just a whole entire rant that I could get into, but I'm not gonna do that. So we're gonna do our next story. Jake, can you pull up that article of X-Men 97's creator, Bill DeMaio, and what
would be honored to do so, Kreese. So why don't you let us know what's going on with this?
So Mr. Bill DeMaio, and I was doing a little bit of research, and I was watching a good video. Shout out to one of my favorite YouTubers, Snarky J. Shout out to her. She's freaking fine and amazing, and like, she's cool and everything. Go check her out, Snarky J. She was talking about Bill DeMaio and why he was going at Disney, and like basically, for what I have researched, is he says he has the receipts on why he got fired from Disney, but the thing is, the he's not showing them publicly. Which, like, I mean, if you have receipts to expose the company, show them, however. But the only way you can see his interview is if you go on to his OnlyFans. And listen, I ain't going on no man's OnlyFans. I ain't going on no woman's OnlyFans. I ain't that dude.
No gay man's fucking.
Nah, shit. Man, I don't want to see anything on anybody's OnlyFans, because that's what happens on OnlyFans stays on OnlyFans, and I'm not trying to see nothing, bro. Like, nah, man.
I'm with you, Creed.
Obviously, it's not that important.
Nuts nor bolts. Neither nuts nor bolts. And I don't care if you have a completely PG OnlyFans. I don't want to even go to that website. I don't give a damn. But
we got too much temptation.
We got something to play for that.
Well,
hey baby, you got girlfriend Vietnam? Not just this minute. Yeah. Well, baby, me so horny. Me so horny. Me love you long time.
Phantom, I'm so glad you were able to put that in there. I'm glad you found an opportunity.
So shout out to Isaac on that one.
Shout out to Isaac.
Mayo,
he's not only I love his shit.
Bo DeMaio, creator and executive producer of the Marvel animated series X-Men 97, which Kreese, you said was actually pretty good. You enjoyed.
It was good. It's really good. You should check it out.
He, again, as Kreese mentioned, he did a 30-minute video where he accused Disney of, quote, egregious prejudicial misconduct, end quote. And this 30-minute video is only available on his OnlyFans profile. So,
No, thank you.
what this egregious content or egregious prejudicial misconduct rather was, we are not exactly sure because we're not going to look it up. But apparently, not only was he fired, but he is no longer involved with the Blade remake, and he has been stripped of his credits for season 2 of X-Men 97 show. And he alleges that it is because it was after he posted a piece of fan art of himself shirtless as Cyclops in June for Gay Pride. He says, following the allegation, Marvel released a statement that DeMeo was terminated due to egregious nature of findings in an internal investigation.
I'm gonna call Cap on that.
Okay, Cap on whose end? On whose end?
Like on him getting fired because he posted a shirtless picture of him in Cyclops because like
Oh yeah,
because you work for Disney. It's like when you work for Disney and they love that type of thing, they'll champion that. So it has to be something else, bro. Like I don't believe that.
There's no way. There's no way. I'm sorry for cutting you off, Phantom, but there is no way that the fan art of him being a shirtless Cyclops for Gay Pride in June was something considered of an egregious nature. There was definitely, I'm with Kreese, there was definitely something more. There had to have been something more. I mean, because again, he wasn't just fired. They stripped him of credits for stuff he has already done that hasn't been released yet. That's massive.
I mean, so there's been rumors that he did like inappropriate stuff behind the scenes. You know, we've seen the picture because it's the one that Beardo posted that he thought it was him. Somebody made of him. That's the picture that this dude posted. And so I call bullshit on it because I'm with you guys. I mean, come on, it's Gay Pride. Disney eats that shit up. It has to be something deep and dark, and I think it's because there's been rumors that he was kind of fooling around, and people didn't like it.
He's sending people. They were saying that he was just, like sending pics of himself to male members and everything.
It's little Peter pics.
Yeah, and
like
even the stuff that they're listing here, which is, you know, he says that he both experienced and witnessed misconduct while working on X-Men 97 during his time as a screenwriter on Blade, which Mahershala Ali might or might not be starring in. And
that movie ain't gonna happen. We'll talk about that next week, though.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
It's only one Blade.
And Marvel's stroke Disney is saying, or excuse me, DeMeo is saying that these breaches are about the fan art that we just spoke about, how he spoke at a screening of the show at a bar, how he highlighted different cast and crew, and explaining how the massacre at Pulse nightclub in 2016 was one of the main inspirations for an episode of the show. I genuinely doubt.
I call Cap,
those
dude.
are the reasons. There has to have been something more. Like Phantom said, Homie might have been pulling his dingling out and posting some photos or sharing some photos with cast members or whomever. But he also alleges this comes from the top. He's saying this is from the very top.
It's from Feige.
Remove this investigation, these egregious actions that he calls offensive. He says this is from the top. What do you guys think?
Okay,
you guys think this is from the? I mean, generally it's from the top whether somebody gets fired or not. But it obviously, he obviously wasn't sending dick pics to freaking Kevin Feige.
Dude, this is how I see it. I think he talked shit and he did inappropriate shit, and they're like, dude, this is actually, people are loving this shit and you're gonna fuck it up. You know,
Yeah.
And he did.
I'm gonna do a little tab. You guys are not part of the homies Discord. It's the pinned comment. You guys come in there and
Yes, it is.
but
Show up.
yeah, going back to that point, he had to do something behind
Yeah.
that rubbed somebody wrong. He probably rubbed somebody the wrong way.
He might have legitimately rubbed somebody. Who knows? You know.
And
And he's fallen back on the defense of the fact that he
I'm a
identifies as a gay black man.
Mhm.
He feels that Marvel
Oh, God.
executives and select crew members undermined him because
Dude, you
his
fit the
identity
description.
was weaponized.
You're the person
against
that
him.
they love.
dude,
Oh,
he
dude.
got-
I mean,
he's-
this, just real quick, Phantom. I'm sorry. I really
Yeah.
have to say this.
yeah.
Him saying, quote, the same dog whistling stereotypes favored by bigots for decades. He's big, he's intimidating, too opinionated, angry, emotional, flamboyant, dramatic, and a pervert.
But Disney loves that shit.
I mean, if they don't outwardly state that they love that shit, they're certainly fucking down with it. I'll say that.
Dude,
Oh,
it's
my
like
goodness.
this. I was born at
I
night.
think
but
I think he
wasn't
got
born
caught.
last night. He got
I
caught.
think he got caught. He got caught.
No, remember, everybody, this is the dude that said he got fired by Disney for being too fucking gay.
Mhm.
And Disney, we know Disney loves us. They have fucking gay people dressed up as princesses at the fucking parks. We
Oh,
know
yeah.
this.
This is hilarious. DeMaio alleged that the same producer on X-Men 97, that he said that he notified staff about having a sexual relationship with a PA. He says that producer joked to the crew that he showed DeMaio's thirst traps on Instagram to his underage son, and his kid is wondering, quote, do they need to buy me shirts for Christmas, end quote.
There you go.
Boom.
That's probably why he
Boom.
got fucking fired.
I mean, look, I'm not somebody who is going to, I mean, Kreese and Phantom are not these type of men. They're genuinely good men. But if they were to have a thirst trap Instagram, I wouldn't show them around to kids, especially their kids.
Hell no.
However,
Mm-mm.
that still means that you guys would have had to have created thirst traps in the first place. That's not very professional.
Dude, you have an OnlyFans. Dude, you're okay. He just told on himself. And Jake and Phantom, I know you seen that skit with David Chappelle when he's talking about Jesse Smollett, when he just said like we just knew we as the black community knew that motherfucker was lying. Like
That
Dude, I gotta
you
admit,
is officially removed from his name. His name is officially Jesse Smollett.
dude, I'm gonna be transparent. This I do have an OnlyFans, but I was betted to make it. There's nothing on it, but I do have one. It was a joke to make. Somebody said I wouldn't fucking make it, and I made it. Okay, but this dude right here, he's a piece of trash. I mean, he's been on side scrollers. I know he's been up on. Well, no, he's on Angry Badger, and them. They
Oh,
think
dude.
I
Oh,
guess he's
dude.
cool. Whatever. To me, he got caught.
if you mess with children,
doing-
if you messing with children, then I can't be associated with you.
He fucked with kids. They. This is the thing, that reason that people that are part of that community hates what that community
Yeah.
has become because of pedos wedged their way into that community
PDF
because
files.
they know that you
Yes.
cannot criticize them. You can't go after them
Yeah.
because you're homophobic, you're xenophobic, all the phobics, right?
Which is incredibly interesting for you to say, Phantom, because this guy claims that homosexuality is a hot button issue to avoid alongside school essings, the Gaza
Bullshit.
conflict, and abortion.
I call
Get the
BS.
fuck out of here.
Cap.
Disney
Cap.
literally
Cap.
fought Florida, the state,
Don't say
for
gay
abortion.
They lost,
bills.
by the way.
Okay, they lost.
They lost
but
that
they
one.
still fought for it. If this gentleman, and I deign to call him that, if DeMaio genuinely thinks that
Pretty
homosexuality is a hot button issue in 2024, his head is so far up his ass that Adam's apple is his nose.
I'm sorry, dude.
Dude, his
Okay.
head's so far up his ass, he's tickling his tonsils with his tongue.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you.
Okay. Listen, man. All right, we're gonna move off of this for a minute,
Please-
but I'll
please
just say
do.
this. Like, yeah, I'll just say this, and then we'll move on to the Beetlejuice stuff. Sir, like you made a dope series, but we as the nerd community call cap. I'm sorry,
we do.
I don't believe you. I'm sorry,
A
Bo. Like, you know,
whole lot.
you're a hell
Show
of
the
a good
receipt.
like artist. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a
Show
hell of a
the-
good artist in
don't put
X-Men
my-
97. Yeah.
Yeah,
thing
don't put
is,
your 30-minute receipt behind your OnlyFans paywall, especially if you
It's
have to scroll
all
through lewd
money.
images of yourself to find it.
it's money.
Oh, my sweet
He
God.
wants
Of
money.
course it's money.
It's all it is.
Of course. It's always been about the money. It's always about the money. And pro tip, right before we move on, just one last thing. If you're going to create thirst traps for whatever reason, make sure your kids aren't able to find it. Goodness gracious. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. He has been summoned. Whew, boy.
It's making
I
money.
guess I'll go. I'm say this. I'll just do a quick review on it, like right here.
Oh, please do. Please do.
So I mean, overall, like I said in the first movie, I mean as a Tim Burton movie, solid 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Like this is Tim Burton all over it. It's great. If you're a big fan of Tim Burton, highly recommend that you go. Highly recommend you watch this or whatever. But if you're talking about like a movie, like if this was not named Beetlejuice, it was just all over the place. Like the plot was not really that good with him and his ex-wife. Like
Mhm.
Beetlejuice has an ex-wife in this franchise.
By the way, the actress who plays his ex-wife, I cannot think of her name off the top of my head. But
Some Bellucci.
oh, Monica Bellucci. Thank you, Monica Bellucci.
I'd bang her.
That is the only actress that I know of that my fiance has openly called attractive, and I think that speaks
Oh,
volumes.
dude, she's in her 70s, and I'd fuck her.
Well,
She's still good.
I mean,
She's still good.
I wouldn't fuck her, but I just find it interesting that the most beautiful woman that I know, my fiance, the woman I'm going to marry, Anna, I love you, says that Monica Bellucci, that's the only actress that she's ever said is
I
attractive.
thought she was.
You got
I
a
thought
picture of her? You pull her up.
I thought she was like. I thought she was like a good 40 when I saw her. But anyway, as far as Jenna Ortega, she did good in this movie. Like she
I've
brought
heard
her
that
A game. Like as always. The original cast, they were kind of shells of themselves. Like except for Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton showed out. Like Michael Keaton did his thing. Beetlejuice was amazing in this movie. If we're just looking strictly on Michael Keaton's character as Beetlejuice, he did not disappoint. It was good. But the rest of the cast, outside of Jenna Ortega, oh yeah, William Dafoe was pretty funny in this movie too.
What about
go ahead.
Winona Ryder? I mean, Delia Dietz. Jenna Ortega's mom in the movie.
Okay, she was a shell of herself. Like, do you care about spoilers, or do you want to watch it for yourself?
I'll still, spoil it. I'll still watch it.
Let's put it this way. We're gonna, for anybody watching, let's put a spoiler warning right here. Kreese is going to spoil Beetlejuice in some capacity. You have been warned. Go ahead, Kreese.
So basically, like they got her, like her being like more crazy more than anything. Like she's like doing pill popping now and things like that.
Oh my God.
Give me 1 second.
No, you're totally fine. You're totally fine. And you know what? While Kreese is taking that second, I will say this to you, Phantom. Monica Bellucci is 59 years old. She will be turning 60 in 6 days. and
Go fuck her.
she looks like that
Mm.
for a
Dude,
16-year-old
dude.
woman.
Mm.
Like Westward
Mm.
said, she's still 30 years younger than you. So good luck, my friend.
At least I'm here. At least I'm
Anyways.
here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, anyway, back
But-
to Creed.
Dude,
I wanna
she's
see what you have
hot.
to say.
She's smoking, dude. She's smoking.
I
Dude.
just feel like she was. I feel like she was just like a shell of herself. Like they had her being pill popping, and like she's like seeing Beetlejuice like
Right.
throughout the movie.
Yeah, but
as far
she
as
was
Jen-
tormented by Beetlejuice in the first fucking movie. I mean, I wouldn't be
I understand.
surprised.
I understand. As far as Jenna's character, like they have her like she has her own side plot with this boy that was a ghost that was a murderer or whatever, and so they got
ghost.
that a murderer ghost or whatever. So they got that separated from that. She had her own plot right there. Old girl that played Kevin's mom and she dies in the movie, like the redhead chick. I can't think of her name. Yeah, she dies in the movie.
I have two
but
questions for you, Chris, if I may, regarding the movie. I was watching Red Letter Media do Half in the Bag on Beetlejuice, and they brought up two things that I found interesting. The first one is Monica Bellucci's entire character is a new character. She didn't exist in the first movie. The whole like impetus is at the very end of the movie, of the first movie, where they kind of have this shotgun wedding with Winona Ryder. Beetlejuice pulls out the ring, and it's on a finger. He pulls the ring off the finger, throws the finger away, and says, "She meant nothing to me. Nothing. Meant nothing to me." And so Monica Bellucci comes in as Beetlejuice's ex-wife, missing her ring finger. And so what was a throwaway joke in the first movie has lore, has backstory to it. I'm interested in how you feel about that. The second thing is Soul Train. You know what I mean when I say that. How do you feel about Soul Train? Let's do them in order. Taking a throwaway joke and putting lore behind it, and then the next.
Good storytelling.
I mean, I think that's good storytelling, but like execution, they didn't do it that good or whatever. It's like I said, that's why I just said like that's why I give it like a 6 out of 10 if you're looking at a normal movie or whatever, because there's just too many side plots going on in the movie, and if you watch it for yourself, you'll know what I'm talking about. And as far as the Soul Train thing, I think it's just a little too much on the nose or whatever. All right.
Okay, that's what I was curious about. That's what I was curious
about. A little
about.
Too on that.
I know there were people speaking about how not just in Beetlejuice, but in other Tim Burton movies. And I don't know the guy. I don't know his mind. I can't read anyone's mind, but I'm aware, and other people have pointed out that there's a lot of white people in his movies, which whatever. And the fact that Soul Train was a thing, people were like, "Oh, he's just making stereotypes out of black people because he hates black people and stuff like that." It's like, probably not. He probably doesn't hate black people, but like you said, Grease, the whole Soul Train thing was a bit on the nose. But just could have been.
I was going to say this I could say to debunk that if you watch the show Wednesday, like one of Wednesday's rivals is black or whatever. She's a main character, so you know.
Well, Tim Burton is an old school director. He picks the people that he feels is right for the roles. Doesn't matter if they're black, white. That's just stupid.
That's relatively true. He is also one of those auteur directors that has like a top list of people like Johnny Depp, Helena Bonham Carter. Like he'll want to put into everything he possibly can.
Yeah.
But you're right that he is a director who's been around long enough, who's made enough money, who's made enough good movies, has enough sway that he just picks who he thinks is correct for the role.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's the way it should be. We're very much against CGI hiring and things of that nature. So
I mean, just another thing, just to debunk that. I mean, even though I'm not a big fan of race swapping, like in the 1989 Batman movie, Billy D. Williams was Two-Face.
Yes, he was, and Billy D. Williams, I think, did well, personally.
Yeah, and then we got Tommy Lee Jones, probably the biggest mistake that they ever fucking come up with. I would rather see Billy D. Williams be
He was trying to one-up Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
90s Jim Carrey, Tommy Lee Jones, what are you doing? Don't try and one-up Jim Carrey. My goodness.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just the last slide I wanted to show. These are earnings from this past weekend. Reagan, which came out this past weekend, it's a very small budget movie. I think it might be considered micro budget for Hollywood. It was less than like $2.5 million, made $5.2 million. Deadpool and Wolverine's sixth week made $7.2 million, and of course, opening weekend for Beetlejuice, $110 million, which is apparently the second largest opening for a movie in September.
People love the movie, and I'm gonna tell you, if Beetlejuice has a cult following, and remember,
oh yeah,
Michael Keaton got Batman because of Beetlejuice.
Yes,
and I'm gonna tell you right now, I believe in my heart I called this with Deadpool. I'm gonna call this with Beetlejuice. You give it enough time, you give it enough, it could get up there. It's not gonna make $1 billion. I'm not gonna say it will. I think it's gonna be about $600 million, give or take.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's going into the Halloween season too. So
that's true. It does right. It was released this past weekend, if you take a standard 8-week theater run, it is running into Halloween. It might even get extended through Halloween.
But we do have a trailer for next week, the remake of Salem's Lot. That might be bigger.
Okay, we can certainly take a look at that next week.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, overall, like I said, 8 out of 10 for a Tim Burton movie, 6 out of 10 for like a normal, like, like would I recommend you watch it? I mean, if you are a fan of Beetlejuice, then this is sort of the movie for you. Like they don't disgrace any of the characters or whatever. I think they're just shells of themselves or whatever. But the plot, really the main issue was the plot. It was just all over the place.
Okay. Real quick before we start to wrap up, let's say you're not a fan of Beetlejuice, but you're a big fan of Tim Burton. Would you still recommend it?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. It still has all the Tim Burton things, the gothic look, the craziness, the dark colors, the black and purple and the greens in there. So yeah.
Very good.
We can go to our last part is we're making a tribute to Mr. James Earl Jones.
I want to say one more thing. You gotta think, fucking now I can't remember his name now.
That's all right. Go ahead.
Who plays Beetlejuice again? Michael Keaton. You gotta think, this is his second return to an iconic role.
Yes.
Batman.
Yeah.
And Beetlejuice, two of his biggest. People love Batman and they love Beetlejuice. And I'm gonna tell you, his Batman, even though the movie sucked and it was unlike his Batman, he was the only best thing in that fucking Splash movie was Batman, hands down.
That's true.
For me, Beetlejuice, I'm gonna watch it because I do love Beetlejuice. We know that Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin's not in there, but Alec Baldwin's Sr.'s torturing people on Discord, which I know I missed it. Show went a little too long, but yeah.
Anyway,
let's talk about the man, the myth, the legend, the voice of Darth Vader, the voice of Mufasa.
Yes.
James Earl Jones.
So this week, as we're closing out the show, as Kreese and Phantom teed up, we're going to play a little bit of a news clip here. We're just going to play it muted, and we're going to talk about James Earl Jones a little bit, give him a proper send-off. To the one and only James Earl Jones, lived a very full life, very happy life.
93.
For all intents and purposes.
93
years, but You know, pick a
Hunt,
member.
Hunt for
guy.
Red October. I mean, he was in Hunt for Red October. He was in a couple of he was in Hunt for Red October. He was in a couple of the Harrison Ford
Field of
movies.
Dreams.
He was in
Field of
Dreams.
Sandlot.
The Sandlot, Legends Never Die. He had a very small role as one of
course,
the co-pilots.
Coming to America.
Coming to America as the King. Yeah. He had a small role along with a few other people who had small roles as one of the bomber pilots in Dr. Strangelove. That was one of his first movie roles. And you can even hear his voice then. That was in 1966. Yes.
Like he never had this like woe is me type of mentality. Like he just showed up, and he just reminded me of older Denzel Washington. Like he showed up.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Grease. He very much is like a Denzel Washington, a class act for all intents and purposes by everybody. Considered him a class act. He showed up, he worked, he acted, he did his job, and he was good at it.
And you never knew his politics. You never knew his
politics.
Kept to himself. And you know what? I know a little bit of his politics, but that's not the point of this. The point of this is to talk about Mr. James Earl Jones, and that's what this is. So.
Because the thing is like James Earl Jones was in that time where, like, you know, let's just keep it blunt, where Black Americans were like below, like, you know, considered less than people.
I mean,
but like the thing was,
1931 in the Jim Crow South.
Yeah,
you know, he would have been near 30 by the time, you know, the civil rights movement kind of brought rights in, you know, ended the Jim Crow era.
Yeah. And so, like, you know, the thing is, he never once ever, from my recollection, like, ever brought that up as an excuse on why he couldn't get like the best roles or anything. He just everything he took, like, he just said, like, hey, this is my role, and I'm gonna do my role. You gave me a job, I'm gonna do this job and everything at the best of my ability, or whatever.
My favorite James Earl Jones role is False of Doom, Conan Barbarian.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Me being a kid, so I got to see Star Wars, the original, 1977, in theaters as a kid. I didn't know that was James Earl Jones. That's my first interaction with James Earl Jones. Was the voice of Darth Vader, right?
Right.
I didn't really see James Earl Jones, the man, until Conan the Barbarian.
Right.
And I loved this character. He was a certified badass. Then I got to see Dr. Strangelove.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, God, seeing Roots in high school.
Yeah.
Every fucking year. You know,
and if you've never seen him in Conan the Barbarian, you know, James Earl Jones, most of us know him as an older man, you know, a kind of overweight man, but look at his frame. Look at the size of him. Now, imagine you remember in Conan the Barbarian. Dude was a big dude.
Famous line. You know the riddle of steel. What is stronger than steel? The flesh.
That's right, baby.
In that movie, have you seen it, Chris? The original Conan the Barbarian?
Yeah, I have it on Blu-ray.
Jake, I have it on Blu-ray.
I have seen it, yes.
That scene where it's the orgy and he's sitting there and he transforms into the snake. And he's sitting there and you know, he opens his eyes and he's got the snake eyes. And it's like, then that last part in that movie where he's still trying to tempt Conan. And it's like, I love that fucking movie. I love his character. Man, James Earl Jones is a legend, man.
Dude, I will always love him as Mufasa, though, man. Because like, you know, that was my first interaction with James Earl Jones.
I think Multi said it perfectly last night. James Earl Jones is the greatest supporting actor of all time, hands down.
Yeah,
he is.
Yeah. I concur.
He's never been at that lead actor role
No,
He was a character actor, but I'm gonna tell you something. You remember his roles.
you remember his
Yeah.
character, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Remember the people he played.
dude.
So-
Because like when I just remember him as Mufasa, he had that voice of like that
Oh,
power.
He
Like
was the voice of CNN. He's like
Yeah.
CNN.
Wayfair, Morgan Freeman isn't dead yet. Okay, he'll get his. We're talking about James Earl Jones now.
It's like, oh, and one more thing. Like he also was the voice of the Bible too. He did the Bible.
That's right. He did. He was one of the first people to do a
Audio
audiobook
Bible.
basically of the Bible.
Mhm.
And I mean, that if you're going to have somebody read the Bible to you, if you're going to pick a voice out of a hat, James Earl Jones.
Come on, dude.
You
We were
can't pick much
I got a
better
little
than
story
that.
about that. Guess who got him the gig? Charlton Heston.
Charlton. Oh, of course it was Charlton Heston. And you know what? James Earl Jones and Charlton Heston probably disagreed on a lot of stuff, but they definitely were both people who
they're good friends.
they were good friends. They were good friends, absolutely. And
Wayfair,
Mi-
I agree with
Mr.
you. I agree with you.
I mean, I'd be scared of
He's-
him as well. The
Mm.
dude was
Dude.
was a monster in that movie. He was
Dude,
giant.
just remember how he killed Conan, how he killed Conan's girl. He takes a snake and makes a fucking arrow at it, shoots through her body and kills her.
That's pretty badass.
I mean, he who's the guy that had the one that got the people to drink the Kool-Aid and they offed themselves? Jim Jones.
Jim Jones, yes.
Dude, fucking he used Jim Jones to base his False of Doom character
it's
on.
reference.
Yes.
Interesting.
Because False
I
of
didn't
Doom,
know
False
that.
of Doom was a fucking con man. He was a powerful wizard,
False of Doom,
and
yeah.
and he was the leader of a cult. So yeah, the people in the cult would die for him,
Yep.
just like they did for Jim Jones.
And
so
he
yeah,
literally
he
turned
actually.
into a snake, which poisoned people.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
so
I mean, just going back to his Bible thing for James Earl
Sure.
Jones. Come on, like y'all, like when it got to the Jesus thing, man, like when he was like talking to my father and things like that, you're like, come on, man, say Luke, come on, dude, like
or Simba, or Simba.
Simba, like,
Oh yeah, the realest dude. So in the Conan Exile games, there
Come
are
on,
references to False of Doom.
Mhm.
And one like they used to have cutscenes in
Yeah.
the
The
game.
OG game in the first couple expansions, yeah.
Yeah. So they came out. They actually did they did the Riddle of Steel as a DLC. So you got the Conan helmet. You can get False of Doom's helmet from
Yep.
the Conan movie. I wear it all the time on Conan
Mhm.
Exiles. You can actually get somewhat of his armor from that movie. I mean, James Earl Jones of my generation, he is Vader. He is Darth Vader. He is and you gotta think it was heartbreaking to find out that in the Kenobi series it was AI.
Yeah.
They took some of his clips, it was AI, and we know the last time he
He
did
sold his likeness to AI. Yeah. He sat and recorded hundreds, not hundreds, but many dozens of hours so that his voice could be used. And you know what? He knew he was coming near the end of his life,
Mm-hmm.
and he wanted to make sure that his family for generations to come would be able to reap his life's work. And
Yeah.
you know what? That's a very stand-up thing to do.
His official last time playing Vader was at the end of Rogue One. Rogue One was the last time he
Wow.
played the voice of Vader. Was Rogue One.
somewhat a good movie, somewhat a good movie.
Somewhat a good Star Wars movie at that.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
so
Oh.
to Mr. James Earl Jones, Requiem Scott and Pachi, rest with the Father. God bless you, God rest you, and Godspeed, good sir. And now
Heaven
as we
got
wrap
another
up the
angel.
show, we do. We have another angel watching over us. You look up at the clouds and imagine Mufasa's head coming out.
Yeah.
As
All right.
we wrap up the show here, we head to recommendations. I have mine pulled up. I'm just gonna knock that out real quick.
Go ahead.
This week, I'm gonna be recommending an album that's not gonna be to everybody's taste. But
Linkin Park, now playing.
And well, I could have done that, but I'm not really too keen on.
We'll do that next week.
This week it's going to be a band called the Black Dahlia Murder. Yes, the name is taken straight from the Black Dahlia murder that happened in the early 70s in LA. It's the album Nocturnal from 2006. The vocalist on this, and for most all of the Black Dahlia Murders albums up until their very recent album that just came out a month and a half ago, Mammoth, was Trevor Strnad. He sadly passed away at the age of 46. It was very, very unfortunate. Wasn't drugs, wasn't alcohol. It was a freak illness that took his life. But this is a very heavy album. Musically, it's I don't think you would call it death metal or deathcore, and you wouldn't call it screamo either. But it's very lyrically intense. It's very instrumentally intense, and there's some very, very solid songs in there if you're a fan of metal. So I would recommend this Black Dahlia Murders Nocturnal from 2006. And if I had to choose a song on it, the first track, What a Horrible Night to Have a Curse. That would be my recommendation for this week. What about you guys?
All right, Crease, what you got for us?
Let's bring up Crease.
GTO, The Great Onizuka. Highly recommend this anime. It's only about how many episodes? I think it's about 36 or 40 something episodes. Anyway, it's a good series. It's literally about a former Yakuza member that becomes a teacher, and he's helping kids better their lives. It's basically like a good slice of life anime type of thing / action / other things too. But Onizuka is really funny. The dub is really dope. If you like Steve Bloom that plays Spike Spiegel on Cowboy Bebop, highly recommend it. And if you like the sub, you can watch it on the sub too. And Great Onizuka, highly recommend you guys check this bad boy out.
And we got some big fans here in the chat. Daxonar and Wayfair saying GTO is great, and yes, GTO. So Phantom, Chris and I had a sneak peek. Why don't you show the lovely audience what you have this week?
Okay, so I have one of James Earl Jones' lesser known roles, and it is Alan Quatermain in The Lost City of Gold. Probably one of my favorite roles of his, next to Boss of Doom and Vader. He plays an African king that ends up helping Alan Quatermain go to the City of Gold to find his brother. He carries a big fucking battle axe that it's on a spindle thing, and he can spin that motherfucker around. And yeah, I love James Earl Jones, man. Great actor, great man, phenomenal. Rest in peace. May the force be with you.
Absolutely.
And so,
and real quick, Phantom, in less than 30 seconds, what was the fun fact about Sharon Stone?
Oh yeah, so in the original
25 seconds.
in the original King Solomon's Mines, there was another actress on the posters for the movie, and Sharon Stone was the lead actress. So in if you see the original poster, that's not Sharon Stone, but on the DVDs, it's her. Her first movies, by the way, And I believe that's it for another For the Homies podcast.
I think so. Episode 11 in the bag.
So, what you got coming up, Creasy boy?
Definitely this Saturday, not sure if we're going to be doing a stream because I personally got some stuff going on. So I'll talk with the others. Maybe we might have a stream, we might not. So stay tuned on that for KSW. And that's all I got going on. And I got this going on too. So yeah, that's what I got going on, whatever. So
Let's go, baby.
So Jake, what do you got going on other than planning for your eventual migration and marriage? What else you got going on?
Other than planning for my eventual marriage and emigration to Peru, I have this Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the For the Homies podcast with my two best homies here, Phantom and Crease. And on Mondays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Alec Baldwin's Finger, I am a regular panelist on Off the Hip. And other than that, I am doing my best to not owe anyone, I suppose, an appearance, because I am doing my best not to schedule any other podcasts or any other streams, because I have been very much so busy with not only the wedding, but paperwork, medical records, documentation, translating all of that stuff, talking to my lady, working things out, whatever is going on there every day. So Mondays and Thursdays are my nights. Again, Monday, regular panelist on Off the Hip with Alec Baldwin's Finger. And obviously a co-host here with two of my best homies, Grease and Phantom, on For the Homies podcast. You can find me, Big Dog Jake, and my Linktree, just Linktree /BIGGDOGGJAKE. You can find my X Twitter, Beware Politics. You can find my Instagram. You can follow me on Spotify and look up my music, my curated music, if you guys enjoy that. There's all kinds of stuff there. Believe me, it's not just metal, even though a lot of it is. And of course, you can find me on Discord as well. You can send me a DM. I am a professional voiceover actor / artist. I am a political writer for hire. Love video games, love metal music. I will talk to anyone about them, although my talking gigs are kind of on pause right now for the next number of months. But yeah, again, another great night, guys. Another great show. I love being here. I love doing this with you guys. I know I miss our meetings, but I always make sure I show up the day of and get my shit sorted. So I appreciate you guys holding down the fort. While I've been in this kind of not unrest, but this state of upheaval, as a lot of stuff's been going on. I really do appreciate you guys holding it down. So thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate it. And again, another great show. Follow us on Discord, please. For the love of God, it's the pinned comment in chat. And please, by all means, follow us on our official X page, For the Homies, at For the Homies 696. Send us out, Phantom.
So before we head out, note that we're working on some new stuff. We're trying to get like a new intro going on. And before I end this, Isaac, you lost last night. I won.
Oh gosh.
I had to do
told you not to be petty about it.
I just had to rub it in. And Sophie, you just got here. Dang it.
Just in time.
Love you, Sophie.
Sophie, we got to get you on here sooner or later.
Yeah, we got to. We do. But so just keep an eye out. We're gonna do some updates for the political channel, the political stream on my main channel. We're gonna come up with a name of it and other things. And
we do got other things going on.
I'm going to leave you out with a brand new outro. Yes, I know I kind of misspelled something, but at the time I was like doing 50 million things at one time. Thank you, Sophie, for bringing that to my attention. I am Phantom X. He's Big Dog Jake. He's MMA Crease. We are the homies. We will see you next Thursday night, 9 o'clock Eastern. Until then, like the stream, nerds. Share the stream, nerds. Subscribe, you nerds. And we will catch you next time for the homies.
Peace out and rock on, guys.
Peace out, motherfucker.
We talking about the life we know. Laughs and vibes, a good times flow. Homies gather, let the stories grow. Screaming loud, let the wisdom show.